In the last 15 games, Summerville can say that they have lost only 3. 2 last season and 1 being last week. But the Bears are back on Bears Boulevard after taking their short detour. This week, it's a stop in Waterford to take on the Wildcats. Will it be the speed of Summerville's offense that earns a victory, or will it be the passing game of the young Wildcat offensive core? We will find out as Summerville Bears football returns to NorCal Sports TV. Welcome to the Edward Jones pregame show. He's Jeremy Hurtado. I'm NorCal's voice of choice, Levi Flores. And the Edward Jones pregame show, investing is not just about creating wealth, it's about making your money work for you so you can live your life on your terms. Find your local Edward Jones advisor at edwardjones.com. And the Summerville Bears on the road for the second time this season, traveling to Waterford to take on the Wildcats. Last season, we saw Summerville take a large lead and a victory there to continue on to their path to what was almost a perfect season. But this year, Summerville has already taken a loss, and they're 1-1 on the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Summerville had a difficult game last week against Dos Palos, where they saw a prolific passing offense kind of come to town, and Summerville had some problems covering that up. Now, will that lead to positives this week? I think it will. I think seeing that last week against Dos Palos is going to help versus this Waterford offense, this new high-flying Waterford offense that they are bringing kind of back, kind of a blast from the past here in Waterford as Coach Lonnie Statzer comes back and he takes the helm over once again here in Waterford. He was here 2016 to 2018, amassed a 16-16 record, but he liked to run that spread offense, and that's what we're going to see tonight, led by the freshman quarterback for Waterford, Brian Martinez.
And now let's just take it back to last year real quick. Summerville, they had Braylon Leveros, the older brother to the current quarterback Bryce Leveros, Kai Elkins, Austin Hike, Tristan Barajas, who are still currently on this team. Then you had Dean Trimoloni, Austin Hike as a receiver, Logan Slater as well. And looking down at the entire offense of Summerville, only 2 of the players are returning to this year's team. So how does that impact them? Well, we saw in the last 2 weeks that they've changed their offense to better suit some of the rushers and some of the passing game. But when we look at this game today, specifically against Waterford, Summerville only threw 6 passes, and they were 2 for 6 last year, and a lot of the rushing game came from their senior Kai Elkins, who had 137 rushing yards through 12 attempts.
No, absolutely, and it's going to be the ground game tonight of Summerville with their speed and athleticism versus the air raid spread offense of Waterford, and it's going to be which one of these 2 teams can come up with an option that makes more points on the scoreboard. It could be a high-scoring game tonight, as both offenses look to kind of impose their will different ways, different options, but yet at the same time putting points on the board is putting points on the board.
And now Summerville coming off that loss, 34-27 to Dos Palos. The coaches like to get the loss out of the way so that further on in the season it's not really going to affect them. And some of the coaches told me that, and you pretty much have to agree. You know, last year, Summerville, they only took the loss to Sonora in league, then ended up losing to Houston in the section title game, which stopped their entire season. You want to see them go further, so maybe that loss is going to put them into a better position as they go on. Along with that, Summerville played a very super talented team, which was Dos Palos. Coaches knew it could go either way, and this year it just swung in favor of Dos Palos. Now, reacting to the passing game is what I have to look at for Summerville in this, both offensively and defensively, because obviously Dos Palos put a major passing game into last week's attempt. Dos Palos, they just couldn't mess up the passing game. No matter what they tried, they were always reeling in the ball, and they kept it going all the way till the very end, which ended up winning it for them. But for Summerville themselves, their passing game has kind of diminished from last year, and they can't throw the ball pretty much over 10 yards.
Yeah, that's going to be one thing that Summerville's going to work on, and I'm sure that they did that in practice this week. I know having a sophomore quarterback kind of limits what you can do as far as, you know, being able to trust the quarterback, but at some point you got to take the training wheels off and say, hey, look, here's what we got to do offensively. It might not be, you know, like other teams, like, say, per Waterford, who throws the ball 30 times a game, but you're going to have 10 to 11 pass plays a game that you got to be confident in enough to say, hey, I'm going to call this when I need it on a 3rd and 5, and we can go get that. You can't always rely on the run game to go get you your yards, and that's kind of what they did against Gustine in week 1, and then tried to do that week 2 against Dos Palos, got behind, and didn't really have an answer to come back.
As the Bears have their pregame meeting and the Wildcats take the field, we'll be back with more of the Edward Jones pregame show after this.
Berner, financial advisor at Thrivent, is proud to help bring tonight's Bears football game live to your home. As a Summerville High alum and a member of the Bears Quarterback Club, Scott is instrumental in supporting Summerville High School and Bears football in many ways. The next time you see Scott, be sure to say hello and thank him and Thrivent for supporting the Bears football family. That's Scott Berner, serving you in retirement and insurance. Roberson Construction brings a can-do attitude to every aspect of a construction project, making dreams a reality for its customers. The Roberson team is made up of professionals who know how to make the construction process a positive experience. Roberson Construction focuses on quality and integrity to maximize results and minimize stress. Whatever your construction needs, a remodel, new home, commercial project, consider Roberson Construction. You can find us locally and on Facebook or Instagram. We look forward to listening to you.
Summerville Bears football on NorCal Sports TV. It's the Edward Jones pregame show. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. I have Jeremy Hurtado with me today. And let's look at more of that passing game from Summerville. I wrote down for the offensive side with Bryce Leveros, you can't allow the team to fall behind, and you have to stay running. You have to be selective with your passes that way, because it was evident in that game against Dos Palos that nothing really worked for you. And then you take it back a week before that, even against Gustine, and they had I believe, 2 pass receptions, but they weren't for big gains, and they were kind of wobbly, didn't really get it to that receiver, and it's a young quarterback. And it's the same for the Waterford side, but he has a little bit more confidence going for him and some of his elder players. But then defensively, the secondary and the pass defense needs work. It wasn't a bad job against Dos Palos, but it was evident that you needed to do just a little bit more. Gustine, you didn't allow one single pass reception, which is good. But then a big team like Dos Palos comes in, you need to make a few more stops.
No, absolutely. And so, like, this week I expect a little bit of change in some of the philosophy when they throw the football. I think instead of trying to throw the football downfield, expect Summerville to try and get some easy passes for the quarterback, some screens, some wide receiver screens, some running back screens, little slant, arrow, short pattern, 5-10 yard throws that are easy to read, easy to complete for him, and get his confidence going. Okay, and I wouldn't be shocked to see him trying to go to that early. Same thing on Waterford. Waterford, you're going to have to come out and just absolutely jump on Summerville if you're going to have a chance, right? You have 17 players on the roster. You're outnumbered almost 2-1 player-wise as far as depth. So you're going to have to do something in that first quarter to not lose contact with Summerville. Summerville scores. The worst thing that can happen for Waterford is come out and give a 3 and out, and then Summerville comes out and scores again and kind of puts you behind that 8 ball, and you have to chase. If you're Waterford, you got to come out and just be aggressive, do something, kind of jump on Summerville early, and force them to play your type of football instead of the other way around.
And a new addition for the Summerville Bears. We've seen him on the JV level in years prior, but Luca Peterson is back on the sidelines for the Summerville Bears, and then you may see some positions come into play that other players, you would think, oh, they're a linebacker, they're a defensive end, but they might be getting some offensive plays.
Yeah, and that's one of those things with Summerville. They got that depth, they can do that. You got 30-plus guys on the roster now, so you can make the adjustments, you can put guys in, you can sub guys in and out, and just kind of give your starters a break to kind of get their win. So it's really, like I said, that depth is going to be playing a crucial part, I think, tonight. As you look across the field, Summerville, like I said, has almost 30 guys. I didn't count officially, but it's close to that. And Waterford, you got 17, 18 guys on this sideline in the blue. Now, I love the uniforms that Waterford's rocking. I love the white helmets with the W on them. They look clean. They look nice. But how is the conditioning going to cause problems for Waterford tonight? That's kind of my key to the game right now.
And speaking of keys to the game, I can go through what I have. Looking at Summerville first, I wrote down offense and defense. I always do this. One key for the offense, one key for the defense. And for Summerville, I looked at the offense. I was thinking about a key that they could bring as an element into this game. And honestly, I just crossed it out eventually. I sat there for 10 minutes thinking, what can Summerville do offensively? And honestly, it's just make the right decisions. That's not a key to the game. It's just they already know what they're doing. Just make sure that you're going to play it right. Defensively, it's still that pass defense and help on the scramble. Because a lot of the times they'll push their defensive line into the backfield, get the quarterback running outside, but then the quarterback scrambles out and gains unnecessary yards, in which they need to stop that because that's where the other teams are able to pick up the most yards.
Yeah, absolutely. Outside contain is going to be huge tonight. You got a quarterback that's pretty mobile. He's the second leading rusher on his team, as well as throws the football a lot. So you know he's a dual threat athlete with him. And so keeping him in the pocket and make him throw the football where you have a chance to make plays on defense, I think it's going to be huge for Summerville tonight.
Last week against Dos Palos, Summerville put up 271 yards, which is the lowest on the season. Of course, it's only 2 games in, but still lower than what they had against Gustine. They put up 30 rushing plays, 12 passing plays, which most of those, 7 of them were in the last 2 drives in which Summerville ended up losing the game on. 7 drives through that as well. And then at dinner, we were talking about time of possession because in the last 2-3 years, Summerville has had one of the lowest time of possessions that I've seen, especially for a team that plays some bigger guys like Dos Palos. 16 minutes, 40 seconds time of possession for Summerville in last week's game.
No, and sometimes that time of possession can be, misleading. Hey, you have a big play, you score quickly. And again, if you look at the Dos Palos game, Summerville scored on defense, so that doesn't really count as a okay, it took him 14 seconds to run from the 30-yard line to the end zone, and then you kick the ball back to Dos Palos, and they go on a drive again. And so that kind of skews things a little bit every now and then. But, like I said, one of the things tonight is keeping the ball out of the hands of the explosive Waterford offense, and like you said, time possession, run the football, doing doing what you got to do on offense will take care of things on defense. It's going to help your secondary.
We'll look more into the Waterford Wildcats when we return in just a moment. It's Summerville Bears football on NorCal Sports TV.
Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through 3 functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever. Visit Tuolumne County is proud to bring you tonight's broadcast of Summerville Bears football. As the official tourism bureau of Tuolumne County, California, their mission is to enhance economic growth by increasing tourism to Tuolumne County. VTC invites visitors to experience iconic Yosemite explorations, authentic California gold country discoveries, and unforgettable High Sierra outdoor adventures. You can enjoy endless outdoor recreation, state and local parks, sightseeing, stargazing, history, shopping, wine and cider tastings, relaxation, and more.
Edward Jones pregame show on NorCal Sports TV. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. I have Jeremy Hurtado with me. The Waterford Wildcats from the Southern League have scored 32 points in their first 2 games, but had 43 points scored against them. They rest at 1-1. And last week played Big Valley Christian, in which Summerville will play against shortly, next week, I believe. They won in overtime, 20-14. They averaged 8.9 yards per pass, 5.4 yards per rush. So they do have a decent offense, and they can certainly move the ball. We'll get more into this in just a moment after the national anthem. More into the Waterford Wildcats in that game against Big Valley Christian. 20-14 win in overtime. Moved the ball quite well. Then we look at their quarterback, right? Actually, let's dive deeper into the team a little bit more. 7 seniors, 9 juniors, 6 sophomores, and then 1 freshman. And usually you have, a senior running the team, maybe a junior, depending on how you're going to run it. And you already mentioned it, but the freshman, the lone freshman on the team, is the starting quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that's Brian Martinez, the quarterback. And you see him on the sideline here. He warms up. I mean, I'm not going to lie. He's got the number 7 on. He looks like a quarterback. He looks like he can sling the football around a little bit. So the positives for Waterford is you got 19 guys on the roster, 1 sitting out tonight, not dressed. So you got 18 guys lined up. But you got a freshman quarterback, and so he's going to take his lumps. He's going to learn the offense that the new coaching staff's put in. But it's going to build off of that. And then the JV program had some players on that looked pretty promising. So, hey, we'll see what happens. And you never know. Waterford's been able to pull off upsets against Summerville in the past. So it could be something that happens again tonight. You never know.
Martinez was 19 of 32 passing in last week's game, 170 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, but also 2 interceptions. So he has a lot of good, but also a little bad. And you have to take that into a factor against Summerville, as there has been multiple fumbles forced and interceptions. But here we go in Waterford. Summerville Bears football is back as Hike unable to reel in the kick return. He'll pick it right back up at the 10, cut through the middle of the field, breaking tackles left and right. A long way to go past the 50. Just has to get back the kicker. He evades one. He evades a second one into the end zone. A kick return to start it off in Waterford. Touchdown, Summerville.
Yeah, absolutely. And Hike, he fumbled the kickoff, and sometimes that helps you. Sometimes the kickoff guys kind of see the ball bounce, and they go, oh, and they get out of their lanes, and they come downfield, and they just try to get a real aggressive. And Hike, once he made that one guy miss down and cut back into the middle of the field, the kicker, I mean, he had no chance to make it, and he did get a one block there on the sideline that kind of sprung him, but I think he was already gone. And so I even said it, hey, bye, he's gone. He's so fast, you're not going to have to worry about him getting caught from behind once he gets down the sideline. And that's an explosive way. We talked about explosive plays. There's a way to open the first play of the game, take it to the house. And then we got some confusion here with guys not knowing who's on the kickoff or extra point team.
90-yard kickoff return for Austin Hike and the Summerville Bears. I do want to ask a question when we come back, so maybe you can answer it on the next kickoff. But does it help that he fumbled to see where the holes might be? As Bryson Benitez puts it through the uprights to make it 7-0 in the first 16 seconds. Hurtado will have the answer in just a moment.
Service is here tonight to bring you Bears football. They specialize in comprehensive tree maintenance and removal. The skilled arborists and staff at Nate's Tree Service have over 30 years experience serving residential and commercial clients in Amador, Calaveras, Tuolumne, and Mariposa counties. They bring their unique understanding of the trees of the western slope of the Sierra to a wide range of tasks related to tree health, maintenance, and removal. Sierra Pacific is proud to support Summerville Bears football. At Sierra Pacific Industries, we understand our greatest strength is the people who choose to build a career with us. We offer many opportunities for personal and professional growth, from entry-level to skilled trades, from truck drivers to sales managers, from foresters to engineers. Become one of our valued team members as part of a growing third-generation family-owned.
Summerville Bears 7, Waterford Wildcats 0. 90-yard kickoff return for Austin Hike and the Bears to start this one off in Waterford. I'm NorCal's voice of choice, Levi Flores. I have Jeremy Hurtado with me. And before we went to the break, I asked you the question. Since he fumbled the ball and got some of the Waterford special teams to move downfield, does that help break through to get to the end zone?
It does, and as a return guy, once you fumble that ball, the first thing you think is, oh, I got to get the ball. Panic sets in. Well, you get the ball, and then it's just being an athlete. Making a play. Oh, Summerville going for it right here. Outside kick. And they got it.
Summerville recovering the onside kick. Still waiting for that number. It's 99 Hunter Anderson, the senior tight end and special teams specialist. Summerville getting the ball right back, and you alluded to this all in the pregame. It's as if you wrote this game yourself, but you don't want to give up any plays. You want to keep it close, but right now Summerville just has the first two possessions, and we haven't even seen a play from scrimmage.
No, and this is a great timeout here, I think, by Coach Lonnie, because right now your team's shell-shocked if you're Waterford. You've come out, you gave up the opening kickoff for a touchdown. Then Summerville gets ultra-aggressive, which I love on the kickoff here. They recover the onside kick. They got the ball back again at the 46-yard line. And right now, Coach for Waterford is just kind of taking a timeout to regroup the guys and, hey, settle down. We've given up two huge plays in the special teams department, and it's already 7-0. It could be 14-0 here quickly. You just got to relax and play football. There's a lot of game left.
Now let's break down the Summerville offense and welcome in the players. Bryce Leveros, starting quarterback. Last week he threw 10 passes, only 4 were caught. Actually, he threw 11 technically if you count that little pitch pass for the end zone, if you were to recall that game against Dos Palos. Then you have Austin Hike, which we already know what he can do just from that kickoff return. Tristan Barajas, Trenton Miller, Colton Cash as well, Brody Peters, who's out on the field for the Summerville Bears as they start from the 45. Bryce Leveros will bootleg out to the right, throw the first pass on the first play from scrimmage, break past his primary defender, and Tristan Barajas gets a nice, healthy gain on play number 1.
Yeah, I like that choice. You go boot, play action, get him out in the open. It's a 1-2 read. We call it 1-2 mead. So he's got 2 receivers he's reading on the side of the field. If neither one of those is open, to tell them to take it and run. Barajas, wide open, good throw by Leveros. Picks up the first down all the way down near the 25-yard line. Summerville on the roll already.
That's a good look for Bryce Leveros. His passing hasn't been the best part of the Summerville offense, but that is a good look to start this game as Nick Rogers will gain 1 on run play number 1.
Yeah, that's more of the offense we expect. The ground game, you see here on the replay, a little bobble on the snap. Might have kind of just given Rogers a little hesitation there, but good job by Waterford defensive line there, not giving much. Only a yard gain for Summerville.
2 years ago on September 7th, Summerville played here at Waterford, in which the Wildcats were able to squeak out a 7-point victory, 35-28. That was the first game of the season as Bryce Leveros takes this one right up the middle, evades a lot of the defensive line. Ball came out in the end, and the Wildcats might have this one, but the official looks like they're going to mark it dead as Leveros hit the deck past the first down marker.
Yeah, I think Leveros got away with one there because I thought he fumbled it, and regardless, Rogers recovers it here late for Summerville. But he definitely fumbles the football. It gets kicked around a little bit. Rogers recovers it. Nevertheless, Summerville gets the ball inside the 15-yard line. Another first down for the Bears. And even when Waterford makes a play, it goes against them at this point here. So things not going Waterford's way in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Brody Peters is the wide out left for Leveros. Hike goes back, takes the handoff. The exchange goes nowhere and deposits nothing into the yardage gain.
Yeah, great job there by Sangha Morn, the linebacker for Waterford, coming up and making the play, chasing it down from the backside. As you see here, just slips through the blocker, wraps him up, and nowhere for Hike to go, loses a yard on the play.
Looking back at those previous meetings again, 2 years ago, first week of the season, Waterford squeaked out that 7-point win. They met again for the first round of playoffs, in which Waterford won again, this time by a larger margin of 48-25. And it wasn't until last year where Summerville was able to get a win against these Wildcats. Leveros looks in zone, but overthrows the target of Austin Hike.
Yeah, that time it was out of the same kind of boot action option where he had the chance to throw it or run it. He decided to try to hit Hike in the back of the end zone, but Hike, not being the tallest of guy, I think he would have had to be about 7 foot tall for come down with that. It was way overthrown. Maybe just a decision to throw it away. Nevertheless, it's third and long here for Summerville. Big play here for Waterford if you want to get off the field and just get a field goal attempt after everything that's kind of snowballed against you here in the early parts of the game.
Peters and Miller are the two receivers. Leveros is going to look short to Hike. He reels it in, and he's in some trouble, but he finds an edge, gaining 7 yards on the pass reception to make it 4th and short.
Yeah, look at that little screen pass out. They fake the toss, which they've ran the last 2 weeks, and then Hike makes 1, 2, 3 guys miss, maybe the same guy twice, gets 9 yards on the play, and I'm going to give him 7 actually, because it looks like they marked him down a little shorter than what I thought he was. Regardless, it's 4th and 2, maybe a 3. This is a manageable situation for Summerville.
Call the play for us, Jeremy. What's going to happen?
I'm going to go toss.
Oh. Leveros takes it himself. He finds the hole. End zone. Touchdown, Summerville.
Or you can just go quarterback power. Love it. So you're looking at almost single wing type offense where just quarterback is the running back. You see the replay here. You got multiple lead blockers. The guy comes in motion. They both get out there. You got a pulling guard. I mean, the guard hits a guy, and he's already in the end zone by the time that happens. So good job of blocking up front by Summerville. And Leveros just follows his blockers into the end zone. And 8:30 left to go in the first quarter. Summerville up big here in the first couple minutes of the game.
This is Bryson Benitez. 2 for 2, 14-0. The Summerville Bears up big in the first few minutes.
Auto Septic Service Incorporated. Full-service septic installation, maintenance, and repair. With over 25 years experience serving the needs of Tuolumne, Calaveras, and Mono counties, Sean Dar and the El Dorado Septic team are your trusted name in local quality septic services. Go to ElDoradoSeptic.com. That's ElDoradoSeptic.com. Service done right.
At Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com. After a 90-yard kick return, Summerville decided to go for the onside kick, got the ball back, marched down the field, scored again, and that leads us to a score of 14-0. But does Summerville have something else up their sleeve? We'll see what Benitez does here on kickoff number 2. This time we'll boot it up. Waterford will be able to receive this one at the 40 and taken down there. That's where they will start their first offensive drive, and we get our first look at freshman quarterback Brian Martinez.
Yeah, and even there, you see it's a little pooch kickoff, so Summerville either saw something on film and said, hey, we can take advantage of the situation because they went to the same place both times, the onside kick and the pooch kick, or they said, hey, we don't want to kick it deep because Waterford's done well on kickoff returns in the past on film. Nevertheless, Waterford, good field position to start the drive here. Let's see if they can answer the Summerville onslaught to begin with.
Waterford going with the split backs, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Run game for first play, and that goes nowhere. It'll be 2nd and 10. Shout out to my parents watching from Alabaster, Alabama, home of the 4-time state champs, the Thompson Warriors, in which last year their starting quarterback was an 8th grader, led them to the state title game. So a freshman, Brian Martinez, leading this offense is no surprises. You have to put some trust in some young guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see them checking in on us, making sure that you're alive and well back here in California. Don't worry, I took him to dinner. We fed him. He's probably had a good meal today, so we don't got to worry about that.
A loss of 1 yard on that carry for the Waterford Wildcats. It looked like he may have had something, but Bryce Rathmill cutting that line and getting back there. The offensive line just has to hold off for another half second.
Yeah, and right now, like I said, this is a huge play. 3rd and 11. You got to come up with something if you're Waterford. You can't afford to give Summerville ball back after they've scored twice on you already.
Looking to throw this time. Martinez in trouble. Ripped down and thrown by Colmenares.
Yeah. And that's exactly what he did. He grabbed him by the waist, and he tried to spin away, and Menares said, I don't think so.
Colmenares pushed from behind, gave him an extra boost, wrap him around the waist. Somebody called WWE. We need to get him in there.
So big play there by the Summerville defense. So we talked about answering last week's Dos Palos situation. I think they came out, 3 and out and loss of 10 yards on the opening possession for Waterford. That's an answer.
Morris to punt this one away to Summerville. It's Tristan Barajas back to receive this. Picks it up at the 32. Going to use his speed to cut around the field. And tripped up at the 45-yard line. And I believe the 47 is where they will place the Bears.
Yeah, Eric Dahl came in and took out the legs. Otherwise, this could have been Barajas dancing in the end zone. See him get around the corner there, and one guy left a beat. And fortunately for Waterford, they tripped him up because there was sideline and end zone in the future for Barajas if he didn't get tripped up. Still, Summerville's going to have great field position at their own 47-yard line to start the drive. I'll give Muckett at the 48, actually.
We had another special shout-out to Dwight and Judy Rathmill watching from Michigan, watching Bryce Rathmill, of course, the fantastic defensive player, already making one stop on that first drive. Here's Bryce Leveros. He's in trouble now. Throws it just as he gets hit to his dad on the sideline, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
No, and that's one of those plays as a young quarterback that it's smart. Okay, you're in trouble. You know you got things didn't work out. Find somebody in the stands and throw it to. This time he threw it into the Summerville bench. Don't try and throw it just, hey, I'm going to just kind of throw it over here on the sideline and get picked. Make sure it's 10, 15 yards into the stands. You don't got to worry about anybody making a good play for Waterford. You live to fight in 2nd down and 10.
Multiple receiving options. Hike goes from right to left. Pitch out to him. Those receivers become blockers. And Hike almost cutting back again. We saw that a lot in Gustine where he would just make a simple cut that was only a foot to the right side, but that was enough to get the defenders off his back, in which multiple times he found the end zone, this time not as lucky.
Yeah, Christian Gale able to come up and just grab an ankle and knock him down for the Wildcats. So it's another first down for Summerville.
From the Waterford 38, Leveros. Pitch again. This time it's Barajas. Rogers is his blocker. 10 yards and more. Summerville back in the attacking third and down inside the 20.
Yeah, and you see a wall of white defenders out there leading the way for Barajas here on the replay. Rogers, you also see Hike out there in front throwing a block. You got Brody Peters. I mean, there's multiple Bears out there right now just leading the way, saying, hey, yep, Barajas, it's your turn to be the guy here. I'm going to go out here and block for you. Then we're going to flip it around, and, hey, when it's my turn, I expect you to go out there and get a block for me. And right now it's all clicking for Summerville.
In the first game against Gustine, we saw 7 different ball carriers. Last week against Dos Palos, we only saw 4, and I expect a few more different ball carriers to be showing up tonight in Waterford as we get Barajas again with it. He goes 5 yards and pushed forward to get 9.
Yeah, and Tristan had a great game last week. Made the defensive play, return for the fumble for the touchdown on the long run. He has scored on offense as well, so he's had a big impact at several. I felt like he had a huge impact in the first quarter against Gustine, and then kind of didn't do too much, which they didn't need him to. By that point, they were up 22-0, kind of getting everybody involved, like you said. Last week had the huge game, and then so far tonight, he has had 3 positive runs for the Bears.
2nd and 1, Leveros turns hands off. Austin Hike, middle, breaks the plane, touchdown Summerville.
Yeah, untouched. And again, Summerville offensive line right now just doing a job up front, as you see here on the replay. You see the Hike comes in motion. Guys pulling. There's nobody for them to hit. He spins around the end zone going, well, there's no one there. Okay, offensive line did a great job of just crashing down. Lead blockers walk into the end zone, and then when that happens, your running back's going to follow.
Bryson Benitez back for attempt number 3, probably his worst kick of the season, but he still finds the area he needs to hit. 21-0 is where we find ourselves with 4 minutes, 34 seconds left in the first.
Bears fans, Nate Solon Mower is pleased to support tonight's Bears football broadcast. They're your go-to retailer when you need a steel project to do the job, at home or at work. Visit their store, where friendly, knowledgeable staff will assist you in finding the right steel for the job, whether it's a chainsaw, blower, trimmer, pressure washer, or anything in between. Nate's Solid Mower on Longeway Road in Sonora. Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
Summerville Bears showing off their speed and their ability to run the offense. They're up 21-0 over the Waterford Wildcats in the first quarter. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. I have Jeremy Hurtado with me as Summerville, another pooch kick, but the Wildcats able to jump on it at the 45.
Yeah, I'm not sure that one was intentional. As I watched the kicker, he kicked the ball and he had that uh-oh reaction. I've been there, done that personally a time or two when I was kicking. And so you watch here, there was some kind of directional kick supposed to be happening, but I think he got a little more under it than he wanted to, and it almost worked out for an onside kick. Instead, Waterford uses another timeout and kind of going over some scenarios, telling them, hey, you can fair catch that if you want and not get hit. Regardless, that was a situation where it looks bad, kind of, if you're the Waterford side, because you're like, okay, it's 21-0 and you're onside kicking in the first quarter. What's the deal there? That's kind of a trying to rub it in type of situation. But again, I think it wasn't intentional. With going back to the touchdown, though, you look at some great offensive line work. Again, there's a couple of Summerville Bears that are pulling on the play. Reese Wynn, he pulls from his guard position and has nothing to hit. So good job there by the Bears of just making things happen. And here's the kickoff again, like I said. Everybody's kind of going to the right, and it looks like he just kind of got under it a little bit too much. regardless, it's 1st and 10, Waterford at their own 45-yard line.
And now for the Wildcats, we never got to their keys to the game. And last night, I was also trying to figure out what their offensive key was because I don't want to keep repeating. It seems like it could get old. But for them, I put pass game question mark because I wasn't quite sure. The defensive line to Summerville keeps making stops. So if the offensive line of Waterford can hold the Summerville defense for 4 or 5 seconds and just give Martinez an option, even if he has to roll out, I think that is probably the best way to beat the Summerville defense. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that having an athletic quarterback obviously is going to help you a bunch. Right now, they just got to settle down. I mean, they're shell-shocked, having a hard time getting lined up, and it's just kind of snowballing against them.
Martinez will give this one away up the middle and reeled forward by Nevis. That'll make it 3rd and short.
Yeah, and that's a good run there by Waterford's Jaden Rapier. He does a good job of just keeping his feet moving. Once he gets contact, he falls forward for an extra couple yards, making it a 3rd and 2. Very manageable situation here, probably 4-down territory if you're Waterford.
Martinez back up to the line with 4 receivers and a back to his left. Summerville has 1 deep safety. That's Austin Hike. They go back to the run game. Might be short, might be given to him. We'll see about the final placement.
Yeah, I think he's about a half yard short on that run. That was Morn, the running back there, out of the backfield, a junior, as you see the play back and replay. Good job there by Hike coming up. And actually, that wasn't, it was Schneibel, my bad, coming up and making the play. Just short of the line to gain.
We'll see what the Wildcats decide to do. Summerville has been caught on a few jumps in previous games. They're not even going to attempt it. Martinez to throw over the middle. It's caught past the defense of the safety, and the Waterford Wildcats find the end zone. On 4th and short, the Wildcats go 45 yards. Touchdown, Waterford.
Yeah, absolutely. Aggressive play call here, 4th and 1. Goes for the play action pass. You see the replay here. Good job of selling it by the quarterback. And then stands up, takes the hit, hits the tight end or out inside receiver. That is number 17, Lincoln Wagner. He takes to the house, 45 yards for the Wildcats. And that was much needed by Waterford to get back into the game here in the first quarter.
And I was trying to figure out who the safety was on that play. I thought it was Austin Hike because he was there the play before, but it was actually the younger brother, Matthew Hike, and he just tried blitzing through because he thought the play was over. They may have run it, but that wasn't the case, and that's what blew the play for the Summerville defense and led the Waterford Wildcats to the end zone. A fantastic play leads it to 21-7 in the first. Ranch Casino is a proud sponsor of the Summerville Bears Quarterback Club, and they support Summerville High student athletes. By working together, Chicken Ranch Casino believes we can all help elevate each and every student athlete's game, both on the field and in the classroom. Waterford Wildcats get on the board. Summerville's up 21-7. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. He's Jeremy Hurtado. Jeremy, break down that play. 4th and short, they go to the passing game, and they strike the end zone.
Yeah, just a little play action pass. You hit the inside receiver on a slant, missed tackle, and then you're off to the races. And so that was much needed by Waterford. 47-yard touchdown connection between Martinez and number 17, Wagner. Then Hike not able to take this one back to the house like he did last time. He touched it on the kickoff return. So now Waterford got to get off the field on defense. Got to make a play. If you're Summerville, you want another controlled drive, go down and score again. If you're on the Waterford side, you're looking, hey, how can we get another turnover? How we had one that was kind of not called earlier. Let's see if we can punch the ball out again and get a short field and get back on the scoreboard.
The run game has been working for Summerville, even though they've been trying to practice that pass. This is Colton Cash getting his first carry, and it's a big loss.
Absolutely, and that's that guy again. That's the second time he's made the play in the backfield. Mourn, the running back, now coming out and playing from the defensive line position or linebacker position. Huge loss there, almost a loss of 9 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 19, and this is perfect if you're Waterford. That momentum been on the Summerville sideline the whole first part of the first quarter. Maybe kind of slowly put on a blue jersey now after that big touchdown play. Let's see if they can keep building out on defense.
We've seen some big plays from Colton Cash, especially in that game against Gustine. It seems like he's one of the premier running backs just to get big yards, but they're his biggest loss of the season. Leveros looking at options. Passing goes to the air. It is caught down the sideline. First down, Summerville, in a little extra to Austin Hike.
Absolutely, and this is almost the same look. Hey, we're going to fake that toss that we've been running, and then your 2 receivers run down the sideline. Hike wide open. 1 defender trying to cover both. Doesn't work. Good pass there by Leveros that time, and it sets Summerville up inside Waterford territory. You see the fake pitch. Everybody bites on that. Hike comes right down the sideline. First down just inside Waterford territory.
And you said it perfectly. Everyone bit on the fake pass because we know Summerville likes to run that on probably 50% of their plays. Here's Bryce Leveros taking it himself. Past 1, past 2, past the 35, and tackled out of bounds. It'll be another first down.
Yep, and that's just Leveros saying, hey, I'm an athlete. Watch this. Nobody's out in front. You got one guy pulling. Makes a guy miss, got a bad angle taken by one defender, and then it's down the sideline, finally pushes out of bounds at the 3-yard line-ish for Waterford. So Leveros just being an athlete, being aggressive, using his legs to get the Wildcats back inside Waterford territory down in the striking area for the end zone.
And now what's the play that Summerville runs that Waterford would love to see?
I mean, the toss is the one that Waterford's kind of been able to control lately. We'll see if it goes to it. There it is.
Barajas breaks this one. Colton Cash comes from behind, and Barajas will still gain 9.
I mean, and that's kind of what you're looking for, right? That's the play that they've been able to blow up a couple times. However, 5 or 6 times they've gotten down the sideline for big gains. So it's kind of one of those things where you got to sell out to stop it. But if you do and you miss a tackle, bad things happen as you see Barajas picking up another 10, 11 yards on that play.
Cash is in the backfield next to Leveros. Matthew Hike is going to be the wideout left. Cash back on the carry. He gets past the secondary. The end zone is there. Touchdown, Summerville.
Yeah, that time that was just a straight handoff at the back. There was no motion. Little power play, guard pulls, kicks. He breaks it back inside, and nobody touches him all the way to the house. Another big play for Summerville, as we've said, and just constantly here in the first quarter of play. And now Barajas having a talk with the official, and he's going off the field, so not sure what that's all about.
Colton Cash, what a carry. Just a few plays ago we were talking about he's the premier back to get big yards, and this one he takes to the house. Benitez, kick number 4. 4 for 4, 28-7. The Summerville Bears lead the Waterford Wildcats.
Oh, it's a name synonymous with real estate in Tuolumne County and has been for more than 30 years. The latest member of the Lupo family to join the Tuolumne County real estate family is Leanne Lupo at Keller Williams Agency. Leanne is a Tuolumne County native and knows how special the place we call home is. A hard worker who truly cares about her clients. Leanne is a special talent. And Leanne is a Summerville High School graduate and huge Bear supporter, so give her a call and see what she can do to help you. If you see her around town, please thank her for helping to make tonight's live stream possible.
Hello, Bears fans. The Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game. A new Bear finds the end zone. It's Colton Cash to make the score 28-7 against the Waterford Wildcats. He's Jeremy Hurtado. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores, and here's Benitez, this time kicking it deep down the center of the field, and the Waterford Wildcats will have an attempt to return just like Summerville did in the opening.
So maybe that's why you're not kicking it deep, huh? That was a great return there by Jaden Rapier. Again, up to the 40-yard line, so maybe, and the crowd went crazy as soon as he caught the ball, so maybe that's the reasoning why Summerville has been kicking those pooch kicks and short kicks, trying to keep the ball out of his hands. Regardless, we got 9 seconds left in the first quarter that's been just automatic fireworks here. We'll see what Waterford comes up with.
Shout out to the Croakers watching from Lott, Texas. They say go Bears and go Henderson Twins. Could be the final play of the first quarter. Summerville 28, Waterford 7. They're going to send a deep, deep wide out. That is Lincoln Wagner. He had a big play earlier that found the end zone. Kicking out left. A lot of Bears in traffic, and this one will be pass interference. I knew the flag was coming, and it should give them the ball upfield a little bit more, whether he caught it or not.
Yeah, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Nice job there by the quarterback. I was watching there as he's rolling out to his non-dominant side. Martinez, you see here, does a good job of flipping the hips and throwing the football. That's what you work on every day. If you're a sprint-out quarterback, got to get those hips flipped so you can make a good, strong throw. Does that, it's on target, gets the PI called. And now with 1 second left, you got 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. And why not? I'm expecting. Let's throw this ball deep down the field here and see what happens. 1 second left.
Rapier was the intended receiver there. Here's Martinez back to the run game. The middle, a big hole, 9-yard gain, and that sends us to the second quarter. We'll be back as the officials switch field. The Waterford Wildcats back in possession after this.
United Insurance Services offers quality insurance coverage, a high level of professional service, and a long-term relationship. They have several locations throughout California to serve your needs, including Elk Grove, Lodi, Napa, Roseville, Sonora, Walnut Creek, and Minden, Nevada. As independent agents, they'll research rates and coverage from top insurance companies to find the best insurance rates and insurance plans for you. They do the shopping and comparing, so you can save time and money. Hello, Bear fans! Boyer Construction is proud to help bring you tonight's broadcast of Summerville Bears football. For over 30 years, they've proudly served our communities with an uncompromising commitment to quality, integrity, and client satisfaction. They are meticulous and still believe in the value of handshakes. And they ensure
Summerville Bears come out strong in the first quarter, 28-7 over the Waterford Wildcats. But now the Wildcats, for what's really the first time moving this ball well, even though they scored in that first quarter, they had a lucky play on 4th and short that found the end zone. This time looking a lot better offensively, but in the backfield, taking him down is Luke Larson.
Yeah, that time little swing screen. Larson comes up from his defensive end position, smells it out, does a good job of getting around the blocker who is trying to get there as you see him flash in front of you, and makes the play for a loss of about 3 on the play.
That first touchdown from Waterford, when we go back and look at it, there was a deep safety that was covering the area, and he came too far in, which led Martinez to find him deep. That was Lincoln Wagner, and they got the end zone. It was somewhat lucky, but also you have to look at the skill that eventually got him there in the first place. And Waterford now moving the ball really well.
Yeah, good job there. Guts back to the line of scrimmage before that. After the loss was Rapier. Picks up about 4 on the play. Brings up 4th and 1 for Waterford. And it's 4 down territory, obviously, when you're down by 21 points and you have the ball at the 37-yard line.
Martinez will have Morm to his left side, along with 4 outs, 3 to his right, his dominant side, and 1 left, Lincoln Wagner, who has the touchdown. Martinez looking right. Tosses it free, and it is
incomplete.
Brody Peters there, the corner, able to force the incompletion on Christian Gale.
Yeah, this is a young quarterback right here. He should have just tuck it and run for the first down. Instead, he tries to force it in, doesn't get it to go. I think he could have easily just fell forward for the first down, a couple yards, and kept the drive alive, but that's one of those things that they'll watch on film. And right now I think his quarterback coach and on the sideline talking to him say, hey, maybe we can just use our legs here and get that first down instead of trying to force something in. But, hey, freshman quarterback, it's going to kind of make those decisions sometimes that are not always the greatest. You got to like the aggressiveness, but sometimes you got to just know, hey, the situation.
You have to look, once again, at being a freshman. The next 3 years are very promising for the Waterford Wildcats if this is what he's doing in his first few weeks.
No, absolutely, and he's getting valuable experience playing at the varsity level. You got to love that. On the other side, Summerville just coming back and running the ball right up the field again. 3 yards there by Colton Cash. Just keeping things productive on first down for Summerville.
Second and 7, Matthew Hike goes deep left, the only receiver available to Bryce Leveros. Handoff, Austin Hike, he finds it again. A lot of motion going forward for him. Can he beat out Christian Gale? No, he cannot, but he spins out of the tackle. The second one got him inside the 15.
Yeah, Tommy Tackett finally bringing him down. I think if Hike just keeps running, though, I think he's going to outrun the defenders. Instead, he stops to put a move on him. You see here, good job on front. Going up the sideline. And you get a chance to see the end of the play here. I think if he has the angle, if he just keeps going. Instead, he spins away, slows down enough for Tackett to come up and make the play, but not before he gets down all the way inside the 15-yard line.
First and 10 now for Summerville. Leveros takes it himself. Doesn't have a lead blocker, and now he does. Reese Wynn pushes the man to the side, and a 10-yard gain for sophomore quarterback Bryce Leveros.
Yeah, and a great job there of being patient. He got out there. He said, oh, I got to wait right here. Stop. Wynn gets up, makes a block, picks up another 4 or 5 yards, and now we got a flag on the play here late. Not sure what that was about. We'll see. Something that late usually means somebody was talking one way or another. So the officials getting together, discussing it. That official grabs his flag, points over to Waterford, but we'll see how once we get the call here from the officials. Either way, like I said, great job there by Leveros, just being patient, able to keep his legs moving, find a blocker, get behind him, and pick up positive yards all the way down inside the 5-yard line.
And Summerville was just going up to the line to run their next play, but the officials said, stop, we had a flag, and then now they're just back in the huddle. It was one of those things where nobody really knew what happened, but unsportsmanlike conduct on Waterford will be the call, so half the distance to the goal line, and now if that player has another unsportsmanlike, they're out of the game, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a new rule they put in a couple years ago, but yeah, it's a first down and goal here inside the 5-yard line, so everything going Summerville's way again. I mean, that's one of those things where other than the one pass play, Summerville's kind of controlled everything offensively, defensively, and in special teams.
Has a chance to go up by 4 touchdowns. Leveros, he does it again. Touchdown, Summerville.
Yep, and a good job of just staying with it, staying behind the blockers. You see here on the replay, Leveros takes the snap, lets the play develop, and then just burrows his head down and puts his legs, uses his momentum into the end zone, making it 34-7, depending on the extra point.
Larson to hold, Benitez to kick. Off the right, upright, and it bounces through. Summerville makes it 35-7 with the extra point being good. In the second quarter, Summerville leads large.
Bears fans, Black Oak Casino Resort is very proud to help bring you tonight's live streaming of the Summerville Bears football game. If you haven't been to Black Oak Casino Resort recently, now is the time to come by and check us out. Whether you enjoy the entertainment at Willow Creek Lounge, the 5-star RV park, the beautiful Black Oak Hotel and Conference Center, the bowling alley and family fun center, all the games our casino offers, or the fine dining at Seven Sisters Restaurant, it's all there waiting for you. Thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
Score in Waterford 35-7. Summerville leading the Wildcats. 9 minutes, 25 seconds left in the second. A score from Sonora Hillmar. Sonora Wildcats leading 7 to the Hillmar Yellow Jackets 0. Jeremy, you have a few others for us?
I do. Amador's just kicked a field goal to go up 10-7 over Union Mine. Just under 12 minutes left to go in the second quarter of play. And then Ripon Christian up 20-0 over Calaveras early up there in San Andreas. So
there's no update from Argonaut Livingston, but if you have a score for us, put it down in the comments. As the Waterford Wildcats return this one to the 42.
Yeah, now we got another Wildcat coming off the field. Little hobble. Looks like it's number 20, Eric Dial. And so, again, with only 18 guys on the roster, you can't have injuries to important players. And it looks like he might have just got an ankle rolled or something because he waved off everybody, said, I'm fine once he gets to the sideline. But Waterford got points on the board here. And I don't think you want a quick strike offense if you're Waterford either. You want to kind of slowly drive it down the field. We'll see how things play out.
Martinez throwing deep down, overthrows Lincoln Wagner by only a yard. And Jeremy, you want a flag?
I do, yeah. As an offensive guy, that's always a flag, right? But if we see the replay, we don't have it. But, yeah, one of the defenders for Summerville kind of did a good job of grabbing the hip pad area, which is what we teach them on defense when they want to cheat on defense. Grabbed the hip pad area and he kind of spun him around a little bit and kept the receiver, Wagner, from able to run under that. So if there's no flag, then it didn't happen, right? I mean, that's what you teach. So, yeah, great job of playing defense by Summerville.
2nd and 10 for Martinez. Run game. Tackle down. 4 different Bears are there. And the first one was Coleman Aris.
Yeah, good job there by the Bears. The defensive lineman just staying solid up front. Coleman Aris chasing it down from the back side. And good job there by Gabriel coming up and making the play on defense, forcing a long third down opportunity for Waterford.
3rd and 9. Martinez is going to have the split backs. Last time they were in this formation, they went for the pass. We'll see what the Waterford Wildcats have in store for this time. Play action over the middle. First down and a little bit extra. Luke Larson was there on the tackle, and the pass reception gets him inside the 45.
Yeah, and that's the same play, actually, that they ran last time. They faked that run look. This time, instead of throwing it to number 17, Wagner, it's Gale that makes the catch. But same result on the play. Picks up the big first down and keeps the drive alive for Waterford.
Martinez back to the air. Left side, caught and down. And that's one thing about high school football. As soon as that knee goes down, you're down right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one where if the quarterback, Martinez, could have just led him a little less, he could have caught it and turned and ran upfield. But still, nice 5-yard pickup for Waterford. Brings up a 2nd and 5.
Waterford doing a nice job of moving the ball again, just like we saw in the last drive before they gave it up on 4th down. 4 receivers, 1 man in the back, going to bring a man in motion. Handed up the middle again, and there on the tackle is Neves, who is the leading tackler for the Summerville Bears with 24 tackles through 2 games, not including anything he's done tonight.
No, absolutely. He's been like the leader on the defensive side for Summerville. Started out with a huge performance down in Gustine when he had 17 tackles, I believe, in the first game of the year. So, you know, when you get 17 in a game, you're probably going to be leading tackle early in the season. That's just kind of how things work, right? Picked up 7 more last week. Really, really one of the big stars on the defense for the Bears.
3rd and short, Martinez back to the middle. This time it's Wagner. And Wagner has been the leading receiver, but this time he gets a carry, and it does just enough to move the chains.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is just what the doctor ordered here. Methodical drive, making plays, keeping the ball out of the Summerville offensive hand, because right now Summerville is perfect on the night on offense for scores, 5 for 5.
Bottom of the screen, Nathan Morris. Up top, you have Christian Gale and Jaden Rapier. Martinez, I believe he's trying to target Rapier, gets rid of it. Good job by Martinez to get it out before Larson forced the big hit.
Yeah, and that was a good decision. He probably could have thrown away a little bit earlier instead of taking the hit. He's outside the pocket. He got it to the line of scrimmage. There doesn't have to be a receiver in the area in high school. Just got to get it past the line of scrimmage. Unlike the NFL where you have to have a receiver in the area. And this time he's able to do that, but he did kind of take that hit right on the ankle. And we'll see how that comes. He kind of hobbling around a little bit. See if that slows him down. He's still kind of shaking it off.
2nd and 10. Martinez back with the split backs. Goes to the secondary. It's Wagner, and Wagner now, he can receive and he can run. 9-yard gain on the carry.
Yeah, I like Wagner. I mean, this is a kid, junior, or a sophomore rather, on varsity. So 2 more years on varsity for Wagner. The future looking bright here for Waterford. But Wagner, he got a little shake in him. He was able to get past the defender earlier and make a play. Now coming out of the backfield and making some good hard runs for the Waterford Wildcats.
Waterford now in real striking distance, high red zone as Wagner gets another carry. We didn't see this in the first few drives. I think Coach said, hey, he ran that really well, and it was just one of the regular plays that we drew up. Let's try putting him in that position again and see what else he can do.
Yeah, I mean, he picks up a first down there. It's a situation he's listed on the roster, that's the word I'm looking for, as a wide receiver, running back, and linebacker, so obviously something that he does often. Good job by Wagner, just being versatile, able to make plays for the Wildcats.
Martinez throwing again, releases this quickly. A big hit, but he dropped it before. That was Luke Larson, the first one there, and unfortunately Morris just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, this is just a slant. Nice job of 1, 2, throws the ball, receiver's open, and just drops it. That's one he's going to want back when he can watch his film later tonight and tomorrow, because the quarterback put it right where it had to be. He had a chance to catch it, split the defenders, and make it into the end zone. Instead, drops the ball, brings up 2nd and 10.
Martinez, play action over the middle. This time it's caught, and he kept it in his possession as Matthew Hike dropped him down around the yard to gain.
Yeah, what's the saying? If at first you don't succeed, just flip it and run it the other way. Here it is. Boom. Different receiver, makes the catch, gets hit, but he picks up 9 yards on the play. So good job there by Gale. It's junior. Talk about the youth at Waterford. Able to come up, make the catch, and know you're going to get hit. If you're going to get hit, you might as well catch the ball. That's what we always tell our receivers. That time, good job there by Waterford, making a 3rd and manageable.
3rd and short from the 10. Wagner on the carry, trying to roll over the lines to get that yard to gain, and he might just have it.
Yeah, I think he did a good job there. It looks like they're going to mark him just short, though. They're going to mark him before the roll, so unfortunate for him is he's going to be about a yard, maybe a half yard short of the first down. Clear, obvious, 4th and 1. They're going to go for it here, but, yeah, I thought he kind of got a little short-spotted on that one, but nevertheless, we'll see what happens here on 4th down.
4th and short. They went for a passing play last time, which led them to the end zone for their one and only score of the game. What do they do here?
I think they're going to run the ball personally here, but we'll see how it works out.
I thought that last time, but Martinez will go play action again. Hit as he threw, broken up by Matthew Hike. They had Wagner open, but Hike sniffed it out, deflected the pass, and it goes back to the Summerville offense.
Yeah, and I think that's just a situation where you're getting a little too tricky, and nobody blocks that guy. So if he blocks him, maybe they can run by the defender, but nevertheless, Summerville makes a good play. You talked about Hike. This time it was Matthew Hike, the younger brother, coming up making a big play. We've said Hike all night long, and it's been Austin. This time Matthew comes up, makes a great play for the Bears defense.
So Bryce Leveros takes the field again for Summerville. 4 minutes, 8 seconds until the half. We have a run up the middle by Nicholas Rogers, and he gets big yardage for the first down and puts him at the 28.
Yeah, and there's 4 minutes left here. Someone's down for Summerville. That's not what we want to see. Offensive lineman been doing a good job. That time it's Arian Schnavel who has to come out for a play because they stopped the clock. But the offensive line for Summerville has been doing a great job led by both the twins up there, the Wynn twins doing their thing, the 4-year starters, able to open holes and make plays for the Summerville running backs to kind of just pick apart the Waterford defense.
And yes, that was Arian Schnabel on the last carry. I said Nick Rogers. They both kind of run the same. They have the same style of running plays, but Arian Schnabel, who's one of those running backs that we didn't really expect to get a lot of runs. We didn't even expect him to be on the offense.
Yeah, excuse me for a minute there. There's a little plane flyby, so that was kind of interesting as Hike says, I'm going to do my own flyby.
Austin Hike goes all the way down inside the 10. He does it again. Austin Hike, touchdown Summerville.
Yeah, absolutely. You see that same toss play Summerville runs. Good job of getting out front, blocking, and you look, the blockers double team us, and there's just no one to pick up as outside contain just doesn't do a very good job for the Wildcats. And then Hike says, hey, I'm going to outrun you to the end zone this time instead of trying to put a move on you, and goes for the long touchdown run. I believe that was 70 yards.
Luke Larson and Reese Wynn made that initial block to get him down the sideline, and Nathan Morris just didn't take the angle he needed to take down Hike, and that put him into the end zone. And we have a stoppage of play before the kick, and it's a false start, so they'll have to move back, and we'll see if Bryson Benitez can kick from a little further.
Yeah, and he's got a leg to do it. That's not a big deal as the plane goes back the other way this time. Past the Waterford high school football field here. It's kind of sorry, I got distracted. I just saw something unusual and saw a plane fly by and then Hike flew by. So it was kind of a precursor, I guess, to things to come. Summerville in clear control, though, here in the first half of play.
And in just a few minutes before we head into the half and we have our Summerville Bears cheerleading squad, we will have our Eldorado Septic Service halftime report, so stay tuned for that. As Bryson Benitez gets ready to kick from the 15, he does have the leg, and he gets it through the uprights once more with a score of 42-7. The Summerville Bears rolling on through the first half.
Berner, financial advisor at Thrivent, is proud to help bring tonight's Bears football game live to your home. As a Summerville High alum and a member of the Bears Quarterback Club, Scott is instrumental in supporting Summerville High School and Bears football in many ways. The next time you see Scott, be sure to say hello and thank him and Thrivent for supporting the Bears football family. That's Scott Berner, serving you in retirement and insurance. Roberson Construction brings a can-do attitude to every aspect of a construction project, making dreams a reality for its customers. The Roberson team is made up of professionals who know how to make the construction process a positive experience. Roberson Construction focuses on quality and integrity to maximize results and minimize stress. Whatever your construction needs, a remodel, new home, commercial project, consider Roberson Construction. You can find us locally and on Facebook or Instagram. We look forward to listening.
The Summerville offense is unmatched in this first half. Summerville leads 42 to the Waterford Wildcats 7. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. I have Jeremy Hurtado with me. Also, thanks to the rest of our crew, we have Joseph producing and Tyler and Artemis on the cameras. And here, Bryson Benitez will launch this one down the middle again. Try to keep it away from Jaden Rapier, who had a decent return a few plays ago. He'll have another one here. Nick Rogers trying to find him on the sideline, and they do, but it's at the 50, and the Wildcats have fantastic field position.
Yeah, absolutely. He makes a catch, then gets a block right there to kick it out. Nobody left on the sideline, and then it's just who can chase me down and get the angle. Luckily for Summerville, they were able to because he still had a blocker in front of him that was going after the kicker. If he got past those two guys, he was down the sideline track racing to the end zone. So Waterford's shown some explosiveness, but it's not been enough today. I mean, it's 42-7, obviously, right? So that's easy to say. But Summerville's just controlled everything except for a couple of plays on the kickoff return twice, and then that one long touchdown reception for Waterford.
1st and 10 at midfield. Martinez brings over Rapier. Will hand off to his left side back. He breaks the hole, and he gets 8.
Yeah, that's Morm again. And he's been kind of the power back in this situation for Waterford. And 3 minutes left. Waterford's not a hurry-up mode at all. They got plenty of time. Only got to go 45 yards. If you're Waterford, you deferred, right? So the ideal situation here is score with no time left on the clock. get the opening kickoff and go score again, and then you cut it to a 21-point game. As Morm this time gets drilled and his helmet pops off by one of the Summerville defenders.
So he'll have to come out for a play, and this is perfect time for Waterford to go to the passing game.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a shock as you see his replacements. The guy we talked about earlier, Eric Dial, he's kind of coming in with a little hitch going on in his giddy-up as well. So 2:30 and counting. Like you said, might not be a bad time to throw some kind of a slant or a wide receiver screen, something like that, to the outside instead of trying to go to the run game.
And I'm almost positive, I don't want to be wrong, but I'm almost positive he's going left side to either Wagner or Morris here, but we'll see what they have in store. Martinez, play action, looks right first, almost taken down, and then is by number 55, Wyatt Custonia, the junior lineman.
Yeah, Custonia had a shot at him initially, missed it, and Martinez spins away right here as you see, whoop. I think Custonia just stays with it, able to get his hands on it and make the tackle. A couple of other Bears in the backfield with them as well, causing problems. When Summerville only rushes 3 guys and 3 of them are getting in the backfield, that causes a problem for your offensive line if you're Waterford. So, one of those things you got to kind of shore up here at halftime if you're the Wildcats, trying to claw your way back into keeping this manageable.
4th down and 7. It looks like Summerville will take a timeout just to try to make this stop for Waterford before the half.
Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through 3 functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever. Visit Tuolumne County is proud to bring you tonight's broadcast of Summerville Bears football. As the official tourism bureau of Tuolumne County, California, their mission is to enhance economic growth by increasing tourism to Tuolumne County. VTC invites visitors to experience iconic Yosemite explorations, authentic California gold country discoveries, and unforgettable High Sierra outdoor adventures. You can enjoy endless outdoor recreation, state and local parks, sightseeing, stargazing, history, shopping, wine and cider tastings, relaxation, and more.
Summerville called the timeout after the Waterford Wildcats had just lined up on their 4th down play. It is 4th and 7, and the Wildcats want to score one more time before heading to the locker room. 42-7 is the score. Bears with the lead. Martinez is in the gun with 4 receivers. They need 7 yards to keep this drive going. Play action. Martinez throwing to Wagner. Overthrown. Bears football.
Yeah, that was an aggressive timeout used by Summerville coach Leveros. I understand the thought process. It's 1:29 left. You get a chance to make a play, get off the field, get your offensive ball back. But up 42-7, now you're going to try and go put another points on the board in there in the first quarter, or first half rather. Aggressive play call. Let's see what Summerville does here. The issue if you're a Summerville play caller is, look, if you're not trying to run the game up, is that when you hand the ball off, you have just as much chance to take it to the house as if you do throwing the football, and then they come out in exotic formation here.
Looks like Waterford wants to call the timeout.
That's the 3rd timeout by Waterford too, and all of them have been for these type of situations and not situations of. But we'll be back and we'll talk about that here in a minute.
Service is here tonight to bring you Bears football. They specialize in comprehensive tree maintenance and removal. The skilled arborists and staff at Nate's Tree Service have over 30 years experience serving residential and commercial clients in Amador, Calaveras, Tuolumne, and Mariposa counties. They bring their unique understanding of the trees of the western slope of the Sierra to a wide range of tasks related to tree health, maintenance, and removal. Sierra Pacific is proud to support Summerville Bears football. At Sierra Pacific Industries, we understand our greatest strength is the people who choose to build a career with us. We offer many opportunities for personal and professional growth, from entry-level to skilled trades, from truck drivers to sales managers, from foresters to engineers. Become one of our valued team members as part of a growing 3rd-generation family-owned.
1, 2, and 3 are in the backfield. It is Hike, Barajas, and Leveros. With the odd formation, Leveros is going nowhere. It's going to be 2nd and 10. What did you expect to happen, Jeremy? Because I had no idea.
So Summerville likes to run like a swinging gate type situation. I thought that's what we were going with. Instead, that was just a regular run by the quarterback, and it was actually a fumble by Leveros and recovered by Waterford. So, I mean, sometimes those trick plays or wacky formations work for you. Other times, like ask the Dallas Cowboys, that doesn't work so much in the last play of the game against the 49ers last year in the playoffs. This time, Summerville turns the ball over, gets it back to Waterford with 1:23 left to go here in the first half.
And nobody on that field alluded to a fumble. It was just next play mentality, I guess, or somebody was giving up. I hear Martinez hit from behind. Rathmill forces the fumble. Still a live ball and picked up in the backfield. Bryce Rathmill with his 2nd forced fumble of the season. But this time it can't be picked up by Summerville.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't even see him. Martinez doesn't feel him. Rathmill does a good job of going right after the ball. Perfect tape of going after the chop. Just unfortunate the ball kind of bounced around and Larson kicked it around a little bit and Waterford falls back on top of it. But he gets the sack, he gets the fumble, forced fumble, and lost 10 yards on the play.
And it looked like Rathmill wanted the end zone. He saw that ball. Larson poked it out of Rathmill's possession and gave it back to Waterford, but nonetheless, they still forced to stop. Here's a screen pass right side. Caught and more. Waterford has a real chance, but Ajas in the secondary won't get a tackle, but a few others will. And the Waterford Wildcats now no timeouts, only 30 seconds left. They'll be able to move the chains in Waterford now looking at the end zone.
Yeah, it was just a little simple screen pass. Good job of getting out and leading the way by the offensive lineman there, number 69 Mercado for Waterford. But they're on the ball quickly as time's running.
Martinez back to the air. Over the middle, nearly picked off by number 34, Luca Peterson. Severely overthrown, and Peterson, the very back safety, just had nothing.
Yeah, and Peterson was the closest receiver. It looked like it was actually intended for him, but it was actually, he was looking for Nathan Morris. Just overthrew him by about, 5 or 6 yards, and Luca just not able to come up with it. It would have been an amazing catch if he could have made a diving attempt there. Instead, 16 seconds left, 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line.
Waterford get to take a short breather before they look to the pass. I believe that they will be going there. They do with the play action over the center again. It is Morris with the reception, still on his feet, broke that initial tackle. And now they're back in more trouble with only a few seconds. I don't know if they can get there or not.
It's a first down, so they're going to stop the clock. If I was Waterford here, I'd spike it. 5 seconds left. And now the official stops the clock first. It has a second. They're going to reset the clock. So I think they're actually going to put like 7 seconds back on the clock. So this is a huge break for Waterford. You got to be ready to run your play, though, right here as you see fighting for the first down yardage. Officials were waiting on the word to get up to the press box to reset the clock. And so Waterford should be 8 seconds is what they're looking to put on. Okay, so I was off by a second. But regardless, Waterford gets a great opportunity here to throw one in the end zone. 8 seconds, you got 2 plays. Okay, you take the snap, 1, 2, get rid of the football. It's got to be in the end zone. Can't be short of the end zone. Got to go into the end zone. If it's caught, great touchdown. If not, you throw it incomplete, get another chance.
Martinez goes to the corner, and this is brought down, but by who?
Touchdown,
Waterford. Got it in the corner, over the corner.
Yeah, it was Brody Peters and Crystal Gale going up for the ball, and you see the replay here. And it's kind of one of those situations where he throws it up. It's a 50-50 ball. Gale goes up, high points, and gets the ball, takes it off of Peters' head. And instead of Peters making the play for Summerville, it's actually a touchdown for Waterford, as you see here on the replay again. Good ball, maybe a little underthrown by Martinez, who'd like to get that a little further out there. But Gale goes up and gets it. And then the extra point is up, and it is good. So that is exactly what you're looking for if you're Waterford going into the second half. You score at the end of the first half. You chose to get the ball to kick off the second half. So, again, positive momentum going into halftime for Waterford, but it's still 42-14.
And now for our El Dorado Septic halftime report. For full-service septic installation, maintenance, and repair in Tuolumne, Calaveras, or Mono County, go to eldorado.septic.com. Jeremy Hurtado, Levi Flores. Jeremy, take us through what we saw in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, we had lots of scoring at opening kickoff 90 yards by Hike, taking it to the house for Summerville 7-0. Then Summerville quickly onside kicked, got the ball, ran down 6-yard touchdown for Levros, making it 14-0 early. Summerville 3 and out by Waterford, got the ball back, 8-yard touchdown run by Hike, made it 21-0 still in the first quarter. Waterford was able to answer on their third possession. On 4th and 1, they went play action pass, 47-yard touchdown from Martinez to Wagner, making it 21-7. And we thought, okay, maybe we're going to have a football game now. Summerville came back and said, no. Colton Cash, 24-yard touchdown to the house, making it 28-7 at the end of the first quarter. Then Levros goes back to the 3-yard line, 3-yard touchdown run for Levros, making it 35-7. Summerville, 9:22 left to go in the second quarter. Summerville then Hike took the plane ride, so to speak, with the little plane flying by, 70-yard touchdown run, 42-7. And then just moments ago, we had that touchdown for Waterford into the corner to Gale, making it 42-14 at the half.
That was your El Dorado Septic Service halftime report. And now for your Summerville Bear cheerleader squad.
Berner, financial advisor at Thrivent, is proud to help bring tonight's Bears football game live to your home. As a Summerville High alum and a member of the Bears Quarterback Club, Scott is instrumental in supporting Summerville High School and Bears football in many ways. The next time you see Scott, be sure to say hello and thank him and Thrivent for supporting the Bears football family. That's Scott Berner, serving you in retirement and insurance. Roberson Construction brings a can-do attitude to every aspect of a construction project, making dreams a reality for its customers. The Roberson team is made up of professionals who know how to make the construction process a positive experience. Roberson Construction focuses on quality and integrity to maximize results and minimize stress. Whatever your construction needs, a remodel, new home, commercial project, consider Roberson Construction. You can find us locally and on Facebook or Instagram. We look forward to listening to you. The Sonora Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through 3 functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever. Visit Tuolumne County is proud to bring you tonight's broadcast of Summerville Bears football. As the official tourism bureau of Tuolumne County, California, their mission is to enhance economic growth by increasing tourism to Tuolumne County. VTC invites visitors to experience iconic Yosemite explorations, authentic California gold country discoveries, and unforgettable High Sierra outdoor adventures. You can enjoy endless outdoor recreation, state and local parks, sightseeing, stargazing, history, shopping, wine and cider tastings, relaxation, and more. Nate's Tree Service is here tonight to bring you Bears football. They specialize in comprehensive tree maintenance and removal. The skilled arborists and staff at Nate's Tree Service have over 30 years experience serving residential and commercial clients in Amador, Calaveras, Tuolumne, and Mariposa counties. They bring their unique understanding of the trees of the western slope of the Sierra to a wide range of tasks related to tree health, maintenance, and removal. Sierra Pacific is proud to support Summerville Bears football. At Sierra Pacific Industries, we understand our greatest strength is the people who choose to build a career with us. We offer many opportunities for personal and professional growth, from entry level to skilled trades, from truck drivers to sales managers, from foresters to engineers. Become one of our valued team members as part of a growing third-generation family-owned forest products company.
El Dorado Septic Service Incorporated. Full-service septic installation, maintenance, and repair. With over 25 years experience serving the needs of Tuolumne, Calaveras, and Mono counties, Sean Dar and the El Dorado Septic team are your trusted name in local quality septic services. Go to eldoradoseptic.com. That's eldoradoseptic.com. Service done right.
At Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com.
Hey, Bears fans! Nate Saw and Mower is pleased to support tonight's Bears football broadcast. They're your go-to retailer when you need a steel project to do the job, at home or at work. Visit their store, where friendly, knowledgeable staff will assist you in finding the right steel for the job, whether it's a chainsaw, blower, trimmer, pressure washer, or anything in between. Nate's Saw and Mower on Longeway Road in Sonora. Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
Chicken Ranch Casino is a proud sponsor of the Somerville Bears Quarterback Club, and they support Somerville High student athletes. By working together, Chicken Ranch Casino believes we can all help elevate each and every student athlete's game, both on the field and in the classroom.
Lupo. It's a name synonymous with with real estate in Tuolumne County and has been for more than 30 years. The latest member of the Lupo family to join the Tuolumne County real estate family is Leanne Lupo at Keller Williams Agency. Leanne is a Tuolumne County native and knows how special the place we call home is. A hard worker who truly cares about her clients. Leanne is a special talent. And Leanne is a Summerville High School graduate and huge Bear supporter, so give her a call and see what she can do to help you. If you see her around town, please thank her for helping to make tonight's live stream possible.
Hello, Bears fans. The Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
Levitt United Insurance Services offers quality insurance coverage, a high level of professional service, and a long-term relationship. They have several locations throughout California to serve your needs, including Elk Grove, Lodi, Napa, Roseville, Sonora, Walnut Creek, and Minden, Nevada. As independent agents, they'll research rates and coverage from top insurance companies to find the best insurance rates and insurance plans for you. They do the shopping and comparing, so you can save time and money. Hello, Bear fans! Boyer Construction is proud to help bring you tonight's broadcast of Summerville Bears football. For over 30 years, they've proudly served our communities with an uncompromising commitment to quality, integrity, and client satisfaction. They are meticulous and still believe in the value of handshakes. And they ensure that you get the experience you deserve. Thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
Hello, Bears fans. Black Oak Casino Resort is very proud to help bring you tonight's live streaming of the Summerville Bears football game. If you haven't been to Black Oak Casino Resort recently, now is the time to come by and check us out. Whether you enjoy the entertainment at Willow Creek Lounge, the 5-star RV park, the beautiful Black Oak Hotel and Conference Center, the bowling alley and family fun center, all the games our casino offers, or the fine dining at Seven Sisters Restaurant, it's all there waiting for you. Thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
Berner, financial advisor at Thrivent, is proud to help bring tonight's Bears football game live to your home. As a Somerville High alum and a member of the Bears Quarterback Club, Scott is instrumental in supporting Somerville High School and Bears football in many ways. The next time you see Scott, be sure to say hello and thank him and Thrivent for supporting the Bears football family. That's Scott Berner, serving you in retirement and insurance. Roberson Construction brings a can-do attitude to every aspect of a construction project, making dreams a reality for its customers. The Roberson team is made up of professionals who know how to make the construction process a positive experience. Roberson Construction focuses on quality and integrity to maximize results and minimize stress. Whatever your construction needs, a remodel, new home, commercial project, consider Roberson Construction. You can find us locally and on Facebook or Instagram. We look forward to listening to you. The Sonora Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through 3 functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever. Visit Tuolumne County is proud to bring you tonight's broadcast of Summerville Bears football. As the official tourism bureau of Tuolumne County, California, their mission is to enhance economic growth by increasing tourism to Tuolumne County. VTC invites visitors to experience iconic Yosemite explorations, authentic California gold country discoveries, and unforgettable High Sierra outdoor adventures. You can enjoy endless outdoor recreation, state and local parks, sightseeing, stargazing, history, shopping, wine and cider tastings, relaxation, and more. Nate's Tree Service is here tonight to bring you Bears football. They specialize in comprehensive tree maintenance and removal. The skilled arborists and staff at Nate's Tree Service have over 30 years experience serving residential and commercial clients in Amador, Calaveras, Tuolumne, and Mariposa counties. They bring their unique understanding of the trees of the western slope of the Sierra to a wide range of tasks related to tree health, maintenance, and removal. Sierra Pacific is proud to support Summerville Bears football. At Sierra Pacific Industries, we understand our greatest strength is the people who choose to build a career with us. We offer many opportunities for personal and professional growth, from entry level to skilled trades, from truck drivers to sales managers, from foresters to engineers. Become one of our valued team members as part of a growing third-generation family-owned forest products company.
El Dorado Septic Service Incorporated. Full-service septic installation, maintenance, and repair. With over 25 years experience serving the needs of Tuolumne, Calaveras, and Mono counties, Sean Dar and the El Dorado Septic team are your trusted name in local quality septic services. Go to ElDoradoSeptic.com. That's ElDoradoSeptic.com. Service done right.
At Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com.
Hey, Bears fans! Nate Solon Mower is pleased to support tonight's Bears football broadcast. They're your go-to retailer when you need a steel project to do the job, at home or at work. Visit their store, where friendly, knowledgeable staff will assist you in finding the right steel for the job, whether it's a chainsaw, blower, trimmer, pressure washer, or anything in between. Nate's Solid Mower on Longeway Road in Sonora.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
Chicken Ranch Casino is a proud sponsor of the Summerville Bears Quarterback Club, and they support Summerville High student athletes. By working together, Chicken Ranch Casino believes we can all help elevate each and every student athlete's game, both on the field and in the classroom.
Lupo. It's a name synonymous with real estate in Tuolumne County and has been for more than 30 years. The latest member of the Lupo family to join the Tuolumne County real estate family is Leanne Lupo at Keller Williams Agency. Leanne is a Tuolumne County native and knows how special the place we call home is. A hard worker who truly cares about her clients. Leanne is a special talent. And Leanne is a Summerville High School graduate and huge Bears supporter, so give her a call and see what she can do to help you. If you see her around town, please thank her for helping to make tonight's live stream possible.
Hello, Bears fans. The Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
Levitt United Insurance Services offers quality insurance coverage, a high level of professional service, and a long-term relationship. They have several locations throughout California to serve your needs, including Elk Grove, Lodi, Napa, Roseville, Sonora, Walnut Creek, and Minden, Nevada. As independent agents, they'll research rates and coverage from top insurance companies to find the best insurance rates and insurance plans for you. They do the shopping and comparing, so you can save time and money. Hello, Bear fans! Boyer Construction is proud to help bring you tonight's broadcast of Summerville Bears football. For over 30 years, they've proudly served our communities with an uncompromising commitment to quality, integrity, and client satisfaction. They are meticulous and still believe in the value of handshakes. And they ensure that you get the experience you deserve. Thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
Hello, Bears fans. Black Oak Casino Resort is very proud to help bring you tonight's live streaming of the Summerville Bears football game. If you haven't been to Black Oak Casino Resort recently, now is the time to come by and check us out. Whether you enjoy the entertainment at Willow Creek Lounge, the 5-star RV park, the beautiful Black Oak Hotel and Conference Center, the bowling alley and family fun center, all the games our casino offers, or the fine dining at Seven Sisters Restaurant, it's all there waiting for you. Thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
Summerville football in full swing as the Bears lead 42-14 over the Waterford Wildcats. I have Jeremy Hurtado on my side, and I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. We have a few updates from other Motherlode League schools. Jeremy, what do you got?
Yeah, over at Hilmar, Sonora, putting it on Hilmar here. Started out close. Now Sonora stretching it out 22-3 as the third quarter rolls in Hilmar. Down in Livingston, Argonaut still having to struggle putting points on the board. Livingston up 14-6 late in the second quarter. Over in Calaveras County, Ripon Christian doing what Ripon Christian kind of we thought here they were going to do. They're up 35-0 at halftime over Calaveras. Calaveras struggling on the offensive side as well. And then the game of the week that I picked for the league was Union Mine and Amador right now. Amador got off early to a quick start, but Union Mine strike back for 2 touchdowns late, and it's Union Mine 28, Amador 10 at the half. So Motherlode League kind of taking it in the negative here, losing 2 out of 5 games so far at halftime.
And why do we care so much about these teams? Well, of course, in a few weeks, they'll be playing league games to win the final Motherlode League title as we know it. Sonora, Summerville, Amador, Argonaut, Bret Hart, who doesn't have a varsity team, and Calaveras, but also...
Tell them the real reason, Levi, that we care about this. Come on.
Well, every Thursday at 3 p.m., we upload Striking Gold, the Motherlode landscape, in which we sit together, and hopefully we'll have a few more guests in the future. Danny Scott joined us yesterday, and we talk about the Motherlode League, how the teams are matching up against their weekly opponents, and hopefully who will eventually get that league title for the last time with these current 6 teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you can go back and watch that on demand anytime on NorCal Sports TV. It's a great thing. Like I said, we drop it on Thursdays so that you kind of get ready, prepped for that high school football game on Fridays. We pick the winners each week as well, and we kind of have a little trophy that I'm gonna to win because that's how it's gonna roll. Currently down 2 points in the standings, just saying. But, yeah, so it's kind of a fun thing that we do. We get to kind of make some predictions and then get to see how last week's predictions go, make predictions for the next week's game. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. We enjoy it. And, again, Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock, it drops on NorCal Sports TV. Check it out. It's Striking Gold.
Striking Gold, the Motherlode landscape. Look for it next Thursday as we'll recap this game and then go into next week's game against Big Valley Christian as well. I don't actually remember my prediction for this game, but it sure wasn't this. I think we both had something around this score for the final, but certainly not the half.
No, this was our final score, I think. I think I had 42-14 as the final score. So if nobody scores the rest of the game, I'm perfect. But we'll see how that plays out. I don't think, judging by the way the first half went, I don't think that's going to happen.
Summerville getting set to kick off for the second half, up 42-14. And a shout-out to my boss watching from Oakdale, just about 12 miles down the road. He misses the old Scott Burner ad. And the old Scott Burner ad was it wasn't supposed to be funny, but a lot of people loved it just because of the voiceover in itself. But Waterford going to get a nice run back here to about the 45-yard line. And speaking of all of our sponsors, please reach out to them, do your business there, and thanks for supporting Bears football on top of that.
Yeah, another good kickoff return. So, I mean, that's one thing where, yeah, I think Summerville still might have the edge because they had their return for a kick or a touchdown. But Waterford has had 3 decent kickoff returns tonight when they've actually got a chance to return the football. This time they sets them up at the 45-yard line. And we talked about it, the coaching philosophy when they had lost a coin toss. The idea is to score at the end of the first half and then get the ball, score again. They have the chance here. Now, obviously, that'll only cut it to a 21-point game, but you got to chip away slowly if you're Waterford.
Another run down the middle will gain 1 yard with Senga Morm. And during the half, too, we got a few comments noting Waterford's team. 18-man roster, and I'm not sure if they were complaining or just making notes, but they said, what do you expect when Waterford has that 18-man roster, and most all are underclassmen. But in my opinion, the underclassmen are the ones that are making this a game.
Yeah, they've done a good job, and you're going to take your lumps sometimes when you are a young team. It just kind of builds you up for the future. But here's a nice, solid run again, this time by the power back, underclassman Morm, the junior. So, yeah, absolutely. Not taking anything away from Waterford. I feel personally that they're doing what they have to do. You have a freshman quarterback. You got younger, sophomores in some of the skill positions and at the up front of the offensive line, a couple of them. You've got juniors, receivers. I think the future is positive for Waterford football. It's just not kind of maybe translating tonight against the Summerville team that's kind of had their number so far.
Play action. Martinez looking deep down the side. It is incomplete at the 20.
Yeah, that one was dropped. It was another chance for Gale to make another play over Brody Peters, and it just kind of sunk in the ground almost, it looked like. That was kind of weird. But we have another injured player, so we'll be back after this on NorCal Sports TV.
Berner, financial advisor at Thrivent, is proud to help bring tonight's Bears football game live to your home. As a Summerville High alum and a member of the Bears Quarterback Club, Scott is instrumental in supporting Summerville High School and Bears football in many ways. The next time you see Scott, be sure to say hello and thank him and Thrivent for supporting the Bears football family. That's Scott Berner, serving you in retirement and insurance. Roberson Construction brings a can-do attitude to every aspect of a construction project, making dreams a reality for its customers. The Roberson team is made up of professionals who know how to make the construction process a positive experience. Roberson Construction focuses on quality and integrity to maximize results and minimize stress. Whatever your construction needs, a remodel, new home, commercial project, consider Roberson Construction. You can find us locally and on Facebook or Instagram. We look forward to listening to you.
Morm is the injured Wildcat on the field for Waterford. In the first half, 42 points put up by the Summerville Bears. Their offense continued to roll, just push forward. And we did see some passing from Bryce Leveros that was a step above what we saw in the first two games.
Yeah, it was a couple little decent passes on the sideline. The one to Hike where they had two receivers coming down. Hike and the inside receiver were both open. He threw it to Hike. And then they made a little bit of progress on that screen pass. So safe, positive throws to kind of give Bryce some momentum. Good way to kind of get things rolling offensively, but it's been pretty much an A-plus effort other than a turnover for Summerville.
Martinez back on the field with the offense. He had a wide-open receiver on the right side that was calling for the ball. Instead, he turns to the left, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, that's a double screen, and it's designed for Ford to be, hey, I'm open, trying to drag guys away. But instead, the running back that time, Eric Dial, just drops the football, has got blockers in front of him. It was set up pretty well by Waterford, and unfortunately for them, they unable to come away with it, and now it's 3rd and long.
Split backs again for Martinez. Wagner. He gets 1.
Yeah, Wagner that time did a good job of just getting that one, too, because there wasn't a lot there. He had to drive his feet, and then he got planted in the ground. I believe that was number 59 on the top for Summerville. Coleman Ayers again, but he drives him in the ground pretty hard. So 4th and 9, we'll call it, for Waterford. Got to go for it. See if they go back to that play action slant across the middle they've been using.
Martinez throwing on 4th. Incomplete. Brody Peters backs it up again for the Summerville defense. Christian Gale was the intended target, and there is just too many Bears there to deflect the pass, and it goes back to the Summerville Bears.
Yeah, and in the backfield, I mean, Martinez just gets drilled by Rathmel as well as by Neves. They hit him right as he lets go of the football. Good defensive job there by Summerville to go ahead and have two guys clamping the receiver and knocking it away and not being able to keep contact was Waterford. They turn it over on downs.
Handoff Leveros to Rogers, and he gets 4 yards on that. He handed off to Rogers and then faked a flick out to Tristan Barajas, who has been one of the primary players. Second and about 5 after that Rogers run. There's one man back for Waterford, just in case there's a deep play. This one's fumbled in the backfield, and Waterford might have it again. For the second time, Summerville giving up the ball on a fumble.
They do, and it was actually luckily for Summerville because Eric Dial came in and almost picked this up on a bounce, as you see right here. Boom. Just misses it. He's gone to the house if he picks it up. Instead, it's just another turnover to the Wildcats, but the second time in 2 possessions, the Wildcats, our Bears, have turned the ball over, and the Wildcats trying to make Summerville pay as Martinez trying to get redressed. He was fixing himself on the sideline after that big hit by Rathmel last possession.
And now this is pretty much exactly the time Summerville wants to turn the ball over. I know that sounds odd, but you don't want to do this in a game like Dos Palos. You don't want to do this in a game against Sonora. You need to get rid of those turnovers now so that you don't do it in the future, and you just have to make sure that your young core knows, hey, don't do it again from this point on. Of course, you don't want to do it at all, but it's just that time to do so.
Yeah, and Dial that time hit and driven back by Neves again. It looks like we got some people talking on the Summerville sideline to the huddle rather to the officials, getting that squared away. But yeah, Neves came up again and just put a thump on the Waterford running back for no gain.
So one-on-one action, bottom of the screen. It's Morris and Lopez as Martinez throws right side, nearly picked off. Brody Peters looked like a Waterford receiver for a moment as the ball was right in his possession until it dropped out incomplete.
Yeah, pass was intended for a rape here. It was overthrown and goes right off the hands of Brody Peters, who tips it up in the air. Luckily for Waterford, it falls to the turf. But now it's quickly 3rd and long for Waterford. Got to get something positive here on this play for the Wildcats. This is 8:30 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
The options push to the sides for Waterford as Martinez will be in the backfield for the gun. Extra protection coming from Morm. Martinez swallowed, and a huge loss for the Wildcats.
Yep, and there's that guy again, number 5, in the backfield for the Bears from his linebacker position. Just comes up and lays the boom on Martinez. And it brings up a 4th and forever. And Martinez comes to the sideline pointing to his ribs saying, "Coach, I got hit right here." Shaking his head, kind of trying to get his wits back. Wouldn't be shocked if Waterford takes a timeout here just to try and get him to regroup. There it is. I've seen that look from a coach. With that timeout, we'll be back after this on NorCal Sports TV.
Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through 3 functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever. Visit Tuolumne County is proud to bring you tonight's broadcast of Summerville Bears football. As the official tourism bureau of Tuolumne County, California, their mission is to enhance economic growth by increasing tourism to Tuolumne County. VTC invites visitors to experience iconic Yosemite explorations, authentic California gold country, and unforgettable High Sierra outdoor adventures. You can enjoy endless outdoor recreation, state and local parks, sightseeing, stargazing, history, shopping, wine and cider tastings, relaxation, and more.
Martinez got hit on that last play, swallowed up for a huge loss, and now it brings up fourth in the plane ride, in which we have seen a plane ride already in this game. Martinez, will he take the field?
No, he's on the sideline right now getting checked out, and it looks like he's holding his right rib. So going in to take the snap is, surprise, number 17. Oh, actually, it might be 20. I'm not sure. They're both in the backfield. We'll see which one takes the snap.
Lincoln Wagner, a sophomore, and number 20, Eric Dial, a junior. Going from that freshman quarterback to now a sophomore. Wagner kicks out right. Morris is there on the reception. It gains some yards, but not enough for the first.
Yeah, an interesting play design there because you roll the quarterback out to his right. You tell your quarterback all the time, never throw across your body. And then he rolls him out to the right, and the receiver's running a drag pattern specifically to come back behind or across his body to make the throw. Completes it, but still ends up 8 yards short of the first down. So Waterford turns the ball over on downs, not able to capitalize on that Summerville turnover.
First and 10, back to the Bears. 42-14. Handoff again with another tricky play. It's Colton Cash. Secondary finds him and drags him down at the 43.
And another penalty late coming in by one of the officials. So as I kind of expected here in games like this where the score gets out of hand and one team's kind of running away with it, you tend to see little flags thrown for some talking and maybe some taunting. Summerville looks to be backing up, though, so maybe it's against them. We'll see as the officials have another discussion and meeting. It is personal foul against Summerville. So that'll negate most of the yardage gained on the good run there by by Cash, rather.
Through the first 2 weeks of the season, a new thing we have this season actually is our Black Oak Casino Resort Player of the Game. We've had Austin Hike, we've had Tristan Barajas, and now this is Game 3. We're looking at some players to possibly give that Player of the Game to. Give me what you think are the top 3 currently.
I mean, Hike's got 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 special teams. So you're obviously going to have to look at him. Leveros has 2 touchdowns on the ground as well. So, I mean, he's an option. And then Cash has kind of done some things for Summerville too, so he could be an option as well. But right now it's kind of, who can step up here in the third and second half of the game and kind of stamp it. I want that this week, and that's who's going to take it home.
Summerville back at the original line of scrimmage, goes back to the run game. It's Austin Hike cutting back and forth, and his legs got tied up at the 46, and that's where Summerville will get the ball next.
Yeah, absolutely. Here you see Hike. Again, nice little kick-out block. The offensive line crashing down, doing their job, and Hike just kind of picking his way to 15 yards. Makes it look easy for Summerville.
Colton Cash runs off the field for the Summerville offense. It's either Rogers or Schnabel in the backfield. Barajas comes across, stops early. Schnabel is the leading blocker, and Barajas caught 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage and able to tumble forward. That's a great defensive stance by the Wildcats.
No, absolutely. And then again, good job there of getting in the backfield by Brandon Haston for Waterford. The only thing as a coach you say is negative is, hey, throw the guy backwards, not forwards. You throw him forward, he can still gain 3 yards from where he was hit. So if you can bring him down where you hit him or even throw him backwards, that gets us a positive play instead of a short gain for the running back.
Colton Fox, left side tight end. Leveros back to the run game with Tristan Barajas. 9-yard gain and first down for Summerville.
Yeah, and I think Barajas has found a niche in this offense this year. He's been able to do a lot of things for Summerville. Sometimes it's on that toss sweep. Sometimes like that, he goes in motion, gets behind those lead blockers, and just finds his way for positive yards. So it's one of those things where he's doing a really good job of just kind of being what they need at the time for the Bears.
in Barajas last year was the backup quarterback to Braylon Leveros, going back to the running game this year and just strictly being a running back. Austin Hike was the secondary back to Kai Elkins, both of those continuing play on the varsity level. Last year, when we look at Barajas in play against this similar Waterford team back on September 2nd, 2022, Barajas only had 2 rushes for 1 total rushing yard. He had a long of 7, but he lost 6 on another one. So Barajas has definitely stepped up his game, and definitely with the movement of this offense, changing it bit by bit, has definitely put him in a better position.
No, absolutely. I mean, he's like I said, he's definitely stepped up here his senior season, and now he's going to have another big positive run for Summerville all the way to the end zone as he makes a couple guys miss and gets down the sideline. So another big run there by Barajas, and it's just kind of keeping his legs moving, doing the job as you see him break away here finally and outrace the defender to the end zone.
Tristan Barajas should have been stopped 9-10 yards down the field, but instead he was able to wrestle his jersey away from the man dragging him down and then caught that corner of the end zone, so he's able to jog back to the sideline with another 6 points on the season.
Yeah, and that's just a great 34-yard run by Barajas. Almost like he knew we were talking about him.
Larson hold a little late, but Bonita is still able to put laces on the ball through the uprights again as the Summerville Bears have a 49-14 lead on NorCal Sports TV.
Service is here tonight to bring you Bears football. They specialize in comprehensive tree maintenance and removal. The skilled arborists and staff at Nate's Tree Service have over 30 years experience serving residential and commercial clients in Amador, Calaveras, Tuolumne, and Mariposa counties. They bring their unique understanding of the trees of the western slope of the Sierra to a wide range of tasks related to tree health, maintenance, and removal. Sierra Pacific is proud to support Summerville Bears football. At Sierra Pacific Industries, we understand our greatest strength is the people who choose to build a career with us. We offer many opportunities for personal and professional growth, from entry level to skilled trades, from truck drivers to sales managers, from foresters to engineers. Become one of our valued team members as part of a growing third-generation family-owned forest products company.
We talked about our Black Oak Casino Resort player of the game. It's not selected yet, but Tristan Barajas, just another point in why he should get it for the second time in only 3 weeks. But will we give it to him? We'll stay for the post-game show as we will reveal that there. But until then, Benitez will squib this one right up the middle to the Wildcats. Fumbled at the 27, picked up, drops to the ground is Wagner and the Waterford Wildcats. Will they bring back their freshman quarterback, Brian Martinez, or will they go back to Lincoln Wagner as their secondary?
No, Martinez has his pads off. He's sitting on the bench. I think he's done for the night. He's kind of not real excited about it. It looks like coach is over there trying to talk to him. But on that last kickoff return, the Waterford players, they felt like they made a nice little hole on the left side for Wagner, and Wagner just kind of falls down instead of coming up that left side. And some of the players for the Wildcats were trying to say, hey, man, come over here. You had some room. Instead, they take over at their own 28-yard line.
Wagner handoff middle, stopped again at the line, maybe a gain of 1. Summerville doesn't give up. You play until you hear those whistles, and the officials were a little late to it.
Yeah, and now it's going to be a real struggle here, I think, for Waterford and Wagner. You got to kind of just make plays, and we got another guy down, so we'll be back after this on NorCal Sports TV.
Auto Septic Service Incorporated. Full-service septic installation, maintenance, and repair. With over 25 years experience serving the needs of Tuolumne, Calaveras, and Mono counties, Sean Dar and the El Dorado Septic team are your trusted name in local quality septic services. Go to ElDoradoSeptic.com. That's ElDoradoSeptic.com. Service done right. At Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-
Waterford back on the field for second and about 9. Lincoln Wagner has taken the place of Martinez at the quarterback slot. Here is a spread formation for the Wildcats to see if they can do something in the air, unless they go back to the run, in which they do. Nathan Morris there gets yard and a half for the Wildcats. And next week, Waterford going to start league.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's I kind of think why the idea of maybe keeping Martinez out of the game here might not be a bad idea, because you obviously 49-14, you're probably not going to come back from that if you're Waterford. So why not save Martinez, get him healthy, because you're going to need him in the Southern League, where I think you can make plays happen, especially against Delhi next week.
Wagner takes it, shoestring tackle from number 54, Trenton Stone. 51, Dane Macon.
Yeah, you see Macon there just grabbing a leg and holding on. But like I said, you got Delhi next week at Delhi, and then LeGrand here. That's going to be a huge one. Usually the team, one of the teams that beat in the Southern League, them, obviously Rip and Christian doing the work up against Calaveras, up 35-0 last time we heard. But, those two teams kind of the powerhouses in the Southern League. So if Waterford wants to kind of challenge for that number 2 spot against LeGrand, they're going to need Martinez to be healthy for that game.
Wagner is going for it on 4th and short. Unleashed it down the sideline, but Tanner Klein will be the target that breaks it up. And it's back to Summerville football inside the 40 of Waterford.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that's just one of those things where it's 4th down. You got to throw the ball. You may put your ball out there and let your receiver try and go get it. Unfortunately, he threw it too far out of bounds for him to get to it, so they turn it over. So the Wildcats kind of just learning their ropes. The young Wildcats trying to build for the future here in Waterford. Speaking of Wildcats, Sonora Wildcats. Okay, we keep saying that name. That's the first thing that keeps popping in my head every time we're saying Wildcats, and it just confuses me. They're put 22 points on the third quarter scoreboard, now up 29-3 over at Hillmar.
That is big for the Sonora Wildcats. Hillmar kept them low, but I kind of wonder what happened, because usually there's not that big of a swing in a game of that velocity. So interesting to see that score and how it'll affect the rest of the games for both of those teams. Future league opponents in the TVL, in which it'll be good for Sonora to go up against those teams now, as it really doesn't matter until next year.
Yeah, and then they've been playing with Hillmar for the last couple of years, so that's one of those teams they like to play. Battle it out there. They've gone back and forth. I think Sonora actually has a 4-2 lead versus Hillmar. So that's one of those things that Sonora going down to Hillmar, showing that offense that kind of exploded last week and woke up. They had a little trouble in the first half, but then in the second half, it's kind of been an offensive awakening for the Wildcats of the green and gold version.
Leveros high snap, handoff. Rogers hits the line, bumps through a little, playing pinball with the line, and gets almost to the yard to gain. Now Summerville up this large, 49-14, ending the third quarter. What is something they can work on offensively that'll help them through the season that also won't give away any of their secrets when they may need it?
Yeah, that's what's hard here if you're a play caller, because obviously you run the ball really well, right? So the thought process would be, hey, let's try and throw the football and work on that. However, when you're up 49-14, the other team kind of frowns upon throwing the football a little bit if you don't necessarily have to. So I think they just kind of run some basic stuff, base plays. And what I would do is just kind of get other guys involved, kind of like they're doing. Now we got number 4, Orlando Lopez, who's normally a cornerback. He's in there playing some running back or a slot back, however you want to look at it for Summerville. So instead of running different plays, maybe just get different guys involved. Get the 2s, the 3s involved, so that you can obviously get them some depth and experience in game, but you also aren't getting those hits on your starting guys that are going to be needed and looked upon next week against Big Valley.
New receiver into play for Summerville, Kelton Cowley, also plays defensive back. The senior will be on the left side in case it's needed for Leveros. Klein from right to left, hands back to the slot back. Second time in a row. This time it's the right instead of the left. He gets swallowed up after a gain of 5.
And so you're also looking out there, and you see a lot of new guys out there for Summerville. Like we said, Klein out there. You got Cowley out there. You've got 13, Luke Larson playing fullback. And so you see the quarterback out there, and you're like, well, why is the starting quarterback still out there? Up 49-14, nothing left to prove. But you got to remember, he's only a sophomore, so he hasn't been a quarterback for more than 3 weeks in the regular season, right? So you're getting him game reps that are important. You're not going to pull him per se until maybe later in the fourth quarter, so you can get him those reps that he needs to see different things, work with different guys, and make plays happen from the quarterback position.
We got a few options for the Summerville offense now, and we'll have delay of game on Summerville.
Yeah, and that's I think it's the illegal substitution, maybe delay a game. I don't know, that signal's kind of a weird thing, but obviously it must be a delay game, right? But that's one of those things as a sophomore quarterback, you look up there and you
Bears fans, Nate Solon Mower is pleased to support tonight's Bears football broadcast. They're your go-to retailer when you need a steel project to do the job, at home or at work. Visit their store, where friendly, knowledgeable staff will assist in finding the right steel for the job, whether it's a chainsaw, blower, trimmer, pressure washer, or anything in between. Nate's Solon Mower on Longeway Road in Sonora.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, social security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
Summerville 49, Waterford 14, entering the fourth quarter of play. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores, Jeremy Hurtado on my side today. Jeremy, take us through what we've seen through the game.
I mean, it's been Summerville, and then some more Summerville. I mean, they really, in the first half, they scored 5 out of 5 possessions before turning it over there right before halftime.
Orlando Lopez taking this one, swallowed up on the sideline at the 20. Leveros will go get the play call from coach as Arian Schnabel will trot back on the field to help out the offense. Along with him is number 84, Colton Fox.
Yeah, like I said, this is a chance to get some of those guys that are maybe lower on the depth chart, right? They get some chance to play some meaningful high school football reps, and they get against a live opponent, so something you can't do at practice a lot of the times. So these are things where you use them as a coaching situation, and you get film so you can break them down and show them on film exactly what they did right, exactly what they did wrong. And so it's a good opportunity to get depth and build for the future, because at some point in the season, especially if you're going to make a late playoff run, some of these kids may have to come in and play a game that's important, where it's a one-score game, and you got to know, hey, I can count on him or to come up and make the play or run the play right from the offensive side and be in the right position. So it's a very important part of football, even though, yeah, the score may be out of hand, but you're looking at getting just that depth and experience for some of these players.
That time it was Orlando Lopez again. We saw him quite a bit defensively in the game against Castine. Dos Palos, he had a few plays where he made some tackles, but here getting some looks offensively, which gives one of those options exactly like you're talking about. Arian Schnabel is in the backfield for Summerville here. They have Hunter Anderson as a tight end slot, as well as Orlando Lopez. Those are the options this time as Schnabel taken down in the backfield. Usually he's doing that on the defensive side, but he gets a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah, and it was really a situation where Colton Fox, we talked about him coming in and playing, right? Well, on that play, he missed his block, and he knew it as soon as it happened because he hit himself in his chest and said, yep, that was my bad. Sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to do that to you. And the defensive guy goes, hey, I'll take that one. That one goes on my highlight film, and I don't care if it's a 49-14 game. I get to put that one on the film for myself. So, again, it's one of those things where it's a learning experience for everybody.
Summerville taking down that clock as much as possible. Flick out Lopez. Leading block is Schnabel and Anderson. Lopez shows off his highlight reel play into the end zone for the touchdown.
No, absolutely. And like you said, that's the perfect example right there, right? He's been playing cornerback all game. Now gets a chance to tote the ball a little bit and says, look, I know we got guys that can do it too, but I can run the football a little bit behind these guys making plays. So good to see it for him, for Lopez. And it just kind of continues that, hey, we come in there, we run our offense. Doesn't matter if it's the first, second team, third team guys. We got to be successful. And they move it down the field and put more points on the board.
Benitez for the extra point to make it 56-14. He does that. We'll be back in a moment after this word from Chicken Ranch Casino and Edward Jones.
Ranch Casino is a proud sponsor of the Summerville Bears Quarterback Club, and they support Summerville High. By working together, Chicken Ranch Casino believes we can all help elevate each and every student-athlete's game, both on the field and in the classroom.
Summerville Bears football on NorCal Sports TV. Bears 56 points through just over 3 quarters, and the Waterford Wildcats had an early score of 7, then made it 14 at the half. 56-14 is where we stand with the clock currently running. Benitez will launch this one for Summerville. Put a squib right up the middle, and the Wildcats will try to work on their offense a little bit more, see if they can get anything else before the end of this game. And their kickoff returns are absolutely phenomenal right now. They're getting great yardage, and here is a lot of yellow on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And then again, you get those guys stood up and they're still fighting, and you get some of these guys in that aren't necessarily normals on that kickoff team, and then you're going to kind of get some of this every now and then. You get a face mask called against Summerville. But again, it's just a teachable moment for the coaching staff over at Summerville to say, okay, look, this is what we can't do. Even if we're up 56-14, got to stay composed and not grab a face mask. Looking at some other scores around the Motherlode League, Calaveras and Ripon Christian finished up a little bit earlier. 42-0 final score from San Andreas as Calaveras falls to Ripon Christian. We knew Ripon Christian was going to be a difficult matchup for them, and it proved that it was.
Big tackle, loss of 3 yards. Jackson Naher, I believe that's the first time we've mentioned him all season.
Yeah, good job there by Neer. He comes up, a backup defensive lineman, getting a chance to make a play. Got to love that if you're him and his family. Get to see him on YouTube forever. So, nice job, Jackson Neer. It looks like he's actually playing some linebacker. He's listed as an offensive lineman, so I just assumed he was going to be a defensive lineman and say he's playing linebacker. So,
in that Ripon Christian Calaveras game, we both had a guess score of 48-6. We both had the same one, and it did come down to 42 points. Just Calaveras couldn't get on the board. Yeah, absolutely. And again, the Calaveras offense kind of struggling. Ripon Christian been putting 60 points on the board last week. So they put 68 last week. They put 42 the week before. So, high-flying offense, actually run-dominated offense for Ripon Christian, but they took care of business. Also, other scores around the league, Livingston up 21-12 over Argonaut in the fourth quarter over in Livingston. Union Mine 35, Amador 10 in the third quarter at Union Mine. So, right now, other than Sonora and Summerville, the rest of the Motherlode League teams kind of having some difficulty putting points on the board. Waterford, Wagner stopped at the line again. Hunter Anderson with another tackle actually they're going to say a loss of 1, so I believe that counts as a sack, correct, if the quarterback doesn't go past the line of scrimmage?
No, it doesn't, because it's a run play. He is a straight run. If he would have dropped back to pass and then tried to scramble, they would have given him a sack for it. Instead, that was a quarterback-designed run play, so it just counts as a tackle for loss, which, I mean, you can look at it either way. But, yeah, I mean, that's kind of where it is. And just update, full transparency, Union Mine, another touchdown on the board. They're up 42-10 in the third quarter with a minute 13 left to go. So the Diamondbacks putting things on the scoreboard fast and furious over there against Amador.
Wagner throws to the sideline. Not enough. Turnover again as the tackle's made at the 42.
Yeah, Luca Peterson coming up there from the defensive back position making the play. Good to see him back out here. I know he was kind of a late arrival from – he was playing some travel baseball, decided, I think the senior year I want to go back and play some football. So good to see him back out here for Summerville.
His 10th practice was yesterday, which made him eligible for this game. And the coaches are excited to have him out there and definitely be a presence on the defensive side.
No, he's one of those kids, too, that just kind of brings a positive attitude most of the time. I had him play baseball with us some last couple years, and it's a good kid. So it's good to see him come back out here. I know I talked to him before last year, and he's like, yeah, I'm done playing football. I don't want to do that anymore. And I understand that. I kind of did that, too, myself. I didn't play my junior year. Senior year, like, okay, I kind of miss it. And you know it as soon as you see your junior season. Some of your buddies are playing, and they go deep in the playoffs. You're like, yeah, that could have been me. I could have been a part of that. So you get a chance to kind of come back and play your senior year, and we got some changes in the backfield once again for Summerville.
This is Luca Peterson taking the snaps for Summerville. We talked about the options of Summerville early in the season, first game, even our first episode of Striking Gold, and who could be the quarterback and not really who can be the backup. And Luke Larson was my second choice behind Bryce Leveros because he was the starting quarterback for the JV team last year.
No,
so
absolutely.
You push him forward there, but Luca Peterson also has some experience at the quarterback level from 2 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. He played his freshman and sophomore year at quarterback. I mean, technically, he's got more starts than anybody else on the roster at the quarterback position. So it's kind of an easy transition, I think, for him to come in and be the backup quarterback to Leveros. And I think it's great to see him get a few snaps here in the last couple minutes. Just to, hey, it's been a couple years. Let's get those snaps. Let's get that play call, different verbiage. So good to see him getting to take a few snaps here late in the game.
As we hit 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, in the comments, put who you think should be our Black Oak Casino Resort player of the game. We'll take a look and possibly take it into consideration as Phoenix Barajas moving this ball nicely.
Absolutely. Phoenix getting a chance to show off his wheels, and he keeps his leg moving, makes a couple guys miss, and runs through the tackles here and picks up about 5.5, 6 yards on the play for Summerville.
Second and about 4 for Summerville, just ticking down this clock for the final 90 seconds.
Yeah, the Bears obviously in no hurry. They're just walking up to the line, waiting. And I think Summerville's going to take a knee.
They do take the knee, and that should be the end of this game unless the officials force them to take one more.
Yeah, there's 57 seconds left, so they should have to take one more, which isn't that big of a deal. It's going to be third down. So take another one on third down, wait for it to get under 40 seconds, and you're good to go. Actually, 25 seconds in high school, so you're going to have to manipulate some things here.
As the final knee will go down for Summerville. Once again, put in the comments who you think should be our Black Oak Casino Resort player of the game. And when we come back in just a few minutes after more of your local NCS TV sponsors, we will name our Black Oak Casino Resort player of the game. So stay tuned for our post-game report and player of the game up next right after this.
Oh, it's a name synonymous with real estate in Tuolumne County and has been for more than 30 years. The latest member of the Lupo family to join the Tuolumne County real estate family is Leanne Lupo at Keller Williams Agency. Leanne is a Tuolumne County native and knows how special the place we call home is. A hard worker who truly cares about her clients. Leanne is a special talent. And Leanne is a Summerville High School graduate and huge Bear supporter, so give her a call and see what she can do to help you. If you see her around town, please thank her for helping to make tonight's live stream possible.
Hello, Bears fans. The Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game. Summerville Bears football in Waterford taking a 56-14 victory. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. Jeremy Hurtado is going to talk about who we think should be the player of the game.
Yeah, I really think it comes down to two players. First one, Levros came out, had 2 touchdown runs, kind of ran the offense like he does as a quarterback, obviously. And he did a great job, but I think it's kind of a tight race. Hike did a good job. Barajas came in and made some plays and did some positive stuff. But if it's my vote, I have to give it to Hike. Hike had the opening kickoff and kind of set the tone. Had 2 more touchdowns after that, total of 3 scores on the night. So, I mean, and he was out there leading the way on the blocking for some of the other touchdowns. So, my vote goes for Austin Hike.
And, I mean, for me, too, you can't disagree with the stats. And Austin Hike, from the opening kickoff to the very end, he was just running everything for Summerville. Waterford also does a player of the game for both teams at the end of the game, so we'll see who they give it to here. But I think for our Black Oak Casino Resort player of the game, it's no other, for the second time this season, Austin Hike. I mean, he literally did everything possible. The opening kickoff, it's not very often you can say, I ran the ball back 90 yards, even after you fumbled it, too. I mean, you got to remember how it started, but he made sure that he represented himself well and put that ball into the end zone. And for the player of the game of Summerville's side, given to by Waterford, is Luca Peterson.
It's interesting. Okay, Luca Peterson.
But for us, our Black Oak Casino Resort player of the game is going to be Austin Hike. So congratulations for the second time this season. Until we see you next week back at Thorstead Field going against the Big Valley Christian Lions. He's been Jeremy Hurtado, our producer Joseph Yanez, Tyler Matyshock, and Artemis Yanez as well. I've been the voice of choice, Levi Flores. See you next time.